Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to be with you today. I got these guys muted on your end, and I think I'm muted on... You guys can't hear me, right? Yeah, they can't hear me. It's all good. So if they have the stream pulled up, they should be able to hear me. But we got a show in store for you today. Don't worry, I'm getting everything. Listen, I'm trying to get everything set up in the background here, so just making sure I've got all my ducks in a row. But I think I'm good to go if you guys are good to go. So let me unmute myself. Does this work? Can you guys hear me now? Nope. Hello, can you hear me? Excellent. All right, let me make sure they can hear you. Let's do a little audio check here. Stream, you can see us, you can hear me. Can Kalamazoo, Public, THC, you guys talk real quick? Nope, okay. It's broken. All right, good. This is why we test. Stand by. Say something again. I can hear you, but they still can't. Give me 1 second. All right, now one more time.
That's okay.
There it is.
Yo.
We're good.
There you go.
They can see you. They can hear you. You're beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, Druish, Arctos, Audric, Aliveria. Good afternoon. So fun fact real quick before we get started. I mentioned to you guys I moved out of Florida a year ago. And of course, I established 2 p.m. Eastern for all of us because that's what worked for everyone. And all day yesterday and all day today, I had it in my head that I was still in the Eastern time zone. So as the morning was unfolding today, I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time. And about 45 minutes ago, I'm like, oh, I only have 45 minutes. So there's laundry in the washing machine right now that will stay in the washing machine for the next few hours. And that's okay. It's no big deal. But if you guys are ready to get going, let's get going. I know you got places to be, Kalamazoo. How old's your dad turning today?
I don't know.
Old.
I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah. 64, I think.
That's
I'm
fair.
not sure, actually.
That's not too bad.
I'm sure. I don't know.
Happy birthday.
No, he thinks it's like 100.
Heck yeah, man.
I don't know.
Happy birthday to your dad. My wife's birthday's tomorrow, and one of our friends' birthday was yesterday, so it's just a birthday-filled week.
It is.
That's how it is.
I mean, November's the best month to have a birthday.
Why, is your birthday
Happy
November?
birthday. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, happy early birthday, buddy. I didn't know.
Yep. November
right.
20th.
Let's get started. We got it. Let's go here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brutall, and I've got with me here today 3 extraordinary guests who were incredibly kind to get this ball rolling with us today. And I'm just going to, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you real quick a little bit about the podcast and what we're doing here. You may notice, based on whether it be the stream title or the video title, I don't have a name for the podcast yet, so you are more than welcome to share your thoughts and opinions on that in the comments below in the Twitch chat section, whatever the case may be. But yeah, other than not having a name, the idea is pretty much locked in. I want to bring together people like these wonderful individuals, your Kalamazis and your THDs and your Publics. I want to bring them together. I want to bring creators and top players and theory crafters so we can talk about WoW, what's going on, where the game's headed. Some weeks, of course, we'll be digging into class design. We'll be digging into gameplay. In other weeks, we'll be talking about the big picture stuff, community, design philosophy, just what makes the game tick. This is not a class-specific show, but it's close to being one. We do have dot classes today, so that's nice. But in any case, I'll be bringing together who I consider to be pretty interesting people. We'll be talking about a variety of topics. So you guys sit back, relax. We're going to get the show started. But today's show is stacked. In case you haven't seen, in case you haven't noticed, I could not be happier with the lineup with these guys joining me today. So without further ado, we've got Kalamazoo in the house. He's here today.
Hello.
Yeah, you may know him as a Warlock guide writer, a Race to World First caster, and probably the only Warlock who can really give me a run from my money at Taco Bell. So Kalamazoo, thanks for joining us today here.
Where are we
buddy.
going with this? Okay, that makes sense.
I like Taco Bell. You like Taco Bell. What's not to like, you
That's
know?
fair. Mm-hmm.
But appreciate you being here today, man. And, well, of course, underneath me, at least on my screen, we've got Public, Shadow Priest, SimC, Guru, keeps about half of the WoW PvE world running these days through Simulation Craft. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But thank you very much for being here today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good to be here.
You look, your beard looks really nice, by the way. I have a little like thing running down at the bottom. Like, you know, I say something about THD, Kalamazoo, and your little clip at the bottom says you have a really nice beard.
It used to be super long. I try to keep it more trim these days, but yeah, it's depends on how cold it is outside. you live in Minnesota. You have, I mean, large beards are part of the kingdom, so
That's true. And last but certainly not least, we've got THD Lock, whatever the heck you want to call him, from Team Liquid. Warlock Menace, and of course, Kalamazi's Hero. Thank you for being here, THT.
Yep, that's right.
That's a nice
We're
bed you got in the
here.
background. It's a real nice bed.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. That's where I sleep.
What are the odds? Oh my goodness. You guys,
Love
of
it.
course, anyone who's watching, you're going to see our names and a Twitch icon underneath everyone's webcam. Please, before we get into anything, do me and them a huge follow, or a huge favor, and go follow them. And if you feel so inclined, keep an eye on their socials. Kalamazi, I actually have a quick question for you. I noticed when I was doing a little bit of research that your Twitch name is Kalamazi with one eye, but your Twitter and your YouTube name has two eyes. That was not intentional, I assume. Does that bother you having two different spellings?
I haven't really thought about it in the last year or so. I actually have the Kalamazi Twitter, but Twitter won't ban it and give it to me, so I had to make a second one with two eyes. And the person that has Kalamazi on YouTube has one video from 18 years ago about a banana. 4 views. So
Oh,
it's
Heck
great.
yeah, dude.
I might need to tune into that one actually.
It's still, you got like big
fantastic.
for it, but it's there. Yeah.
Oh my
So, whatever. Hey, just find me.
That's incredible. THD, I'm surprised you're here instead of playing Lost Ark.
What's to say I'm not doing that right now as well?
You know,
Yeah,
that's
he is.
Multitasking.
That's a fair point. And public, just I have to ask, man, as someone who mains a Shadow Priest, you're surrounded by Warlocks right now. I used to main one, of course, Kalamazi and THD. They are Warlocks. Definitive dot class, Shadow Priest, Warlock. Your opinion? Why?
Ooh, I think it's Shadow Priest, to be honest. And I say
Really?
that because Warlock has specs that barely care about their dots, and Shadow Priest, our #1 damaging ability is our
That's it.
dot. So
That's
that's
it.
all I'm gonna say.
That's fair.
I mean,
That's fair.
I don't think anyone's going to disagree with Shadow. I feel
Now-
like Shadow Priest has won the dot battle for the last few years with us having Rapture.
I will say the Siphon Life time of Affliction takes the cake there. That's definitive dot class there. But now that
Jesus
it's gone,
Christ.
yeah, sorry to invoke that nightmare on everyone when you had 6 dots to maintain.
It was
Five-
a lot. It was a lot.
Nobody wants to remember that.
Now I know this show is we're already like 5+ minutes in, and we haven't asked a single real question. But did you guys do anything fun for Halloween? I try to keep things loosey goosey up in here. Any good costumes, parties, anything fun? Oh,
Man, it was a sad Halloween. It was so rainy here that we barely had any
Aw.
trick-or-treaters. It was
that's
very sad.
lame. What'd you do, THD? I saw your hand. Go ahead.
Well, I pointed up to Kalamazi.
Oh,
Yeah.
That guy,
he would.
that guy dressed up as me and got scared by some scary games, and I was watching him.
Yeah,
That's fair,
I just
that's fair.
streamed it. I just streamed it. That was it. Nothing else to do. I mean, the kids don't come trick or treating anymore, so I don't bother getting candy, and here I am.
aw.
So,
Why don't they come
uh,
trick or treating?
I don't know. I asked the kids. No one ever comes by anymore. I said,
They just don't show up.
No. I said, forget it. I ain't wasting money on candy anymore. Go
Old
somewhere
man
else.
Kalamazi over there scaring the kids away.
Oh my god.
I
I
used to give
understand.
out candy or try to every year, and it breaks my heart. Nobody comes by anymore, so I said I'm not even gonna bother.
I'll
So-
come
Can't
by
break my
next
heart
year.
if I don't
I
have one.
I like almond joys. I like Twixes. I like Snickers. But keep those 3 in stock. I'll be there.
I've got a lot of leftover.
Uh.
Feel free to come by.
My kids will be very happy. All right, real quick,
That works.
audience, viewers, you'll see the Druish just typed in the command question. If you guys do have a question for any of our guests, you can type in the command question, followed by your question. It'll pull up on my end, and I will ask it if the opportunity arises. But anyway, there will also be some after-show shenanigans. My daughter will be painting my face with makeup, so feel free to stick around for that. We hit our donation goal for October, and promise is a promise. But we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. First impressions of Midnight Alpha. Gentlemen, thank you again for being here. Let's just get into it. Kalamazi, you've had a little bit of time in the Midnight Alpha. We were talking about this before we turned on the stream, just how much there is to do right now in Alpha, and you're just overloaded with just content, and it's crazy. But if you have a moment, I would love to know what has stood out to you most about the Alpha when you first logged in. Was it the pruning? Is it the look and the feel of the new zones? What's going on so far on your end in relation to Alpha?
From like a warlock POV, like from like a class design POV, obviously the pruning has been a hot topic among a lot of classes and specs. Some specs got hit pretty hard, some didn't lose anything, like Destro. Just it's the same thing. So I mean,
I don't want to interrupt
Yeah,
you. I apologize, but I've dabbled in Warlock for years now. Destruction. You've got your Chaos Bolts. You've got your what's it called? Havoc, right? And is that about it right now? What else is going on in terms of rotation stuff with the Destruction?
We We got Soulfire.
Did they keep that?
Yeah, sort of. They brought back a worse version of it. We made it fun and playable, and then we made it bad again. But I mean, or unexciting again. If you played Destro in the last like 10 years, it's the same thing.
Really?
Which is not a bad thing in a sense. Yeah, didn't really prove much.
I mean, that makes sense, right? It's one of the simpler specs in the game.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah.
I mean, as far as like the general feel of Alpha, though, I say this wholeheartedly. Like the zones are sick. I haven't like enjoyed the zones or enjoyed like new zones, exploring them as much as I have, in Midnight in a very long time. Like the capital city. What is it? That's Suramar.
Silvermoon.
Oh yeah, I was
Silver
about to say
Moon.
Quel'Tha Lost. Whoops.
It's so
It-
good. It's
Like
great.
nothing rivals this city. Like it's like
Really?
it's the best city I think they've made since like OG
In a while.
Ironforge stuff, maybe even ever. Like you can go find some random corner of a building somewhere, and there's stuff in there going on. Not like they're all closed off, like Valdraken or
That's
Dorngal
cool.
or whatever. Super cool. So vibe wise, Midnight bangs. It's really cool. But with Alpha Invites being so limited, it's been a little tough to like really test things a whole lot. Besides like logging on for class change and specs and stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, by the way, I didn't establish this before we start. If I direct a question to any one of you guys, and one of you other esteemed gentlemen want to chime in, please feel free to. This is your show. I'm just here to kind of facilitate, so don't be afraid to chime in. THD, on that note, how does Midnight Alpha compare in tone or design to Dragonflight or The War Within at around the same stage? Is there any excitement in the air? I mean, we were just talking about how there's not a lot to do. Or is this kind of like a different kind of an expansion energy due to what's being tested, or what's unavailable to test at the moment, what's been taken away on the back end?
I feel like for the last two alphas, it's been pretty similar. Like they release like a campaign area and a zone pretty much every week. But I think the only problem with this alpha is, again, it's just just not a lot of invites. So realistically, all you can do is like pretty much the campaign or like explore. Right, like if you want to actually do a dungeon, your only real option is kind of a follower dungeon, unless like you have
If they work.
unless you literally have like 4 other people to do it, like you probably that queue's not gonna pop because like I bet you if I log on the alpha and /u right now, it's probably like 10 people online.
Yeah, I remember.
I think it's a lot of like giving stuff a grain of salt, right? Like a lot of stuff isn't finished yet. I think the most finished thing is the zones and is the campaign quests, right?
Yeah.
But like classes still have a lot of missing talents and spells. The new UI changes, like they have a lot of stuff that they've announced, but isn't actually in the game yet to test. So like you're kind of trying to strike a balance of like what's actually finished, what can I give feedback on, right? So it's a little, typical alpha, right? But I think more so than others, there's a lot more that is probably coming in beta than we haven't seen in the past. So we'll see what that looks like. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no damage meters or anything, so it's not like you can really like test like exactly like what's my breakdown look like what's my without like logging, but that's like very annoying.
Yeah.
And then obviously you have like the cooldown manager. Like some of it is functional for some classes, but for like other classes, like I'm pretty sure it still says Rapture is your spender for AF, even though it's been UA for like weeks now. So,
Are you excited about the change in rotation, Warlocks? Does it bring a smile to your face knowing that Malefica isn't a part of the show anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone. No, I mean, there's maybe some people that like Rapture. I mean, they can go play something else, man.
Rapture. I think people are forgetting that when it came to Unstable Affliction AF like back in the day, like Legion, BFA, it had some issues, and this one will also have some issues too. Like no spec is perfect unless you're like, well, some specs have been like meta demo, but that was stolen from us 4 times at this point, so that's fine. But they're redesigning it now again, another spec again. But I think for an early outline of an Affliction tree with we see in Midnight for UA spender, it's actually pretty good. There are some issues in talent pathing and stuff, but I think like they've probably been cooking on this for a long time. It looks like it's pretty well fleshed out, so I'm excited for it so far. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I mean the reality is, even though Rapture fixed a lot of problems, it also has a lot of problems itself. So
yeah,
I think
it goes
it's like
both ways. Yeah,
they just like they've been in a weird spot with dot classes. I think where dots stopped doing damage for all of us, and they just became like activators of other damage, right? Like I think almost every dot class had something like that, where that the dots actually ticking wasn't what was doing damage, because I think they realized that like that just scales out of control and we have no way to balance it. So yeah, I think they're still trying to strike that balance, and it's been weird in some places.
So, Public, when you specifically jump into an alpha build, what's the first thing as a Simcraft guy that you're looking for? Do you just dive right into the class tree? Do you kind of just get a feel for things? What's your take on being an alpha tester?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I approach things pretty technically. So I'm kind of going like line by line and being like, okay, this is what was in the patch notes. Did this actually go into the build? Does it work the way they say it does? Or just trying to learn how things work. If you ever played WoW for a little bit, you probably know that tooltips are, you know, not always the most verbose
Wonky?
that you'd like them to. Yeah, wonky a little bit. So I think that's like where my brain goes to. So like usually Shadow's one of the first specs in SimC that's like is simmable in alpha, and that's just because that's how my brain works. Like we implement the spells one by one to make sure that our thing's working correctly. Because the way that if you guys don't know, this game gets a lot of bugs in alpha and that kind of thing. So my philosophy is get those bug reports in as soon as we can because it's a higher chance they get looked at and they get fixed. So that's where my brain goes, just because I want to make sure that as much as I can, I'm doing my part to make sure the spec launches in a healthy state, because the last thing that we ever want is massive bugs being there on launch that makes the spec not fun to play or unplayable. So that's mostly what I focus on right away. So
Kalamazoo, in relation to class identity, there's been a lot of talk about it versus homogenization over the years. I'm sure anyone who's playing back in the MOP and WAD era remembers a lot of talk in relation to that stuff. But I'd like to think that class identity, at least for the past couple of years, it's doing pretty good. A lot of stuff's been injected to the game. It's pretty much at an all-time high right now, arguably. Do you think that homogenization gets a bad rap, or do you think there's a real concern for it, whether we're talking about, an expansion or a patch or whatever the case may be?
You mean as in like you mean like straight up as like a certain class feels very similar to a different class, or what do you mean like as far as
It could be class versus role versus whatever the case.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, obviously, I think a lot of classes have taken inspiration from other specs and roles in the past. I mean, joke about meta demo stuff and all that. It's a joke. It's long gone. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think if something works like inherently well with a class or spec, it's definitely fine to take influence from that and build upon it in a sense, different version for a different class. I feel like I haven't really thought about that a whole lot in the past year or so, which probably indicates there's not a crazy amount. At least to me, I think thematically hero talents have expanded upon a lot of classes, thematics and profiles and all that. There is a bit of like shared talents across two, whether you're playing one or two specs, but I don't really think so. With the game, with the game expanding like as much as it is, a new role every few patches or expansion or so, I don't think it's at a point where you're seeing a crazy amount of homogenization role wise. I think there could be more niche or semi niche like roles or I guess utility pumped into certain classes at a certain point that some are lacking in M plus or rating. If I get to that later on, but I mean, I don't think it's a crazy amount. No, maybe THG or Public have an idea about that, but I don't feel that way.
I feel like classes are relatively unique, but like if there was only like one thing that I'd homogenize, it's probably like like the raid buffs.
Hinted at that a little bit.
Yeah, kick those to the curb.
Yeah, not a fan of raid buffs. Not personally, just don't like it.
That's the only reason I get invited most times. So let's calm down a little.
Fortitude.
Yeah, PI most. Yeah, but I think it's definitely there to an extent. I think what we see now, homogenization wise, is like in balance and like where things are good. Like you can tell they've tried to take a more active role in making specs a bit more even in raid. I know people kind of meme on like the Warcraft log statistics, but like they've done like a reasonably good job for the most part over the last several expansions. So I'd say like that's been good, although it's been a lot tougher. I think it like top end meta wise is always kind of a crapshoot with like what's good there, and a lot of people are like, well, this spec has that and I need that to be viable, and that's the only thing I need to fix my spec. And there's a lot of like that gets thrown around a lot, and I think to Kalamazi's point, there's not a whole lot of like niche gameplay or stuff where it's like, oh, I'm the best at 3 target and I'm better at that than anyone else in the game by a large margin, right? Like that doesn't really exist. It's kind of like an all or nothing thing right now. And I think part of that's just because of the talent soup that we have in the game, where like it either works for everything or it doesn't really work. So it's
Talent
it's
soup.
hard.
I like that. That's not. I've never heard of that before. That's good. Talent soup.
Well, I mean, if you log on, like you make a new character for like Legion Remix, I guarantee you most people are just like following a guide because they don't know like what talents do what. Like it's all kind of a mess, right? Like there's probably like 2 or 3 people for every spec that like knows all of them, right?
Realistically, like, you know, the talent tree, like there's a lot of good things in the talent tree, but then there's just a lot of like very whatever talents that are just there that like, this buffs your damage by 3% and this one buffs your damage by 3%, but it's worded differently.
If we're going down this path, might need another hour for this discussion. I will say I like the new talent trees a lot, but I don't think Blizzard ever do this, but I'd be really curious to like maybe at some point down the line, 10 years from now, get like a ghost crawler or someone from Blizzard at that point, as an example, their take on if these talent trees ended up working out, or if they preferred the older trees where it was like 7 or 8 talent rows, 1 of 3 options, you're done. These trees are really cool and thematic, and I like them overall, but there's a large part of me that wants to straight up have the old trees back for different reasons.
Same.
But I think these trees gave them a lot of ways to expand upon class thematics, and then hero talents build upon them, and it makes sense. But
yeah,
there's a part of me that wants those old trees back.
I like that we're talking about this because it's very near and dear to my heart. My wife just resubscribed. My older sister is planning on resubscribing. And the example I always give with the talent trees, which I'm not thematically, like you said, I think they're awesome, but practically not a fan of them, because you take someone like my wife or my sister who are not high-end players, they couldn't care less. On one hand, they can just log in and click, 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 doesn't matter. On the other hand, it's extremely overwhelming. They have no idea how anything ties together, what's going on, or why they should take this over that, and so on and so forth. And it's just, it's talent soup is what it boils down to, you know? And
go ahead, sorry.
No, and I was going to add on at the very end, and I hate how interrupts are a talent. But that's another topic for another day, I suppose.
They fixed mine. They fixed mine. It's gone. It's baseline.
Oh, congrats.
Oh my god, welcome to the club.
Oh my god. It's only been years.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you guys, if anyone wants to add on anything, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, I'll move us on to the next topic.
I'm good.
Well,
it's just daunting.
It really is. Speaking of changes and new builds and players' first impressions and whatnot, one of the biggest impressions that we're gonna have, or one of the biggest first impressions, will be the UI in Midnight. Blizzard has been modernizing it, I suppose you could say, put it lightly. But Blizzard's been baking a lot of add-on functionality straight into the base UI as of late. Nameplates, cooldown tracking, you name it. How are you feeling about that push, buddy? What's going on your end?
I'm terrified. I think, like, bottom line, I think their head's in the right spot, right? Like, it would make the game better if you could just log in and everything was baked into the game by default that you need to play your class, and also customize it to your liking. The game would be better off if they can do that, right? So I think it's a good goal to have, but I don't think we're quite there yet. And I think especially as a dot spec, there's just a lot of niceties that we've come to use in our current UI with Plater or WeakOr that's, you know, not playing the game for us, but making it so that we can focus on other things instead.
So you can actually see what's going on, I think.
Yeah. And so like for me, for example, in order for me to do AoE damage, I need to have my Vampiric Touch Dot on every single enemy that I care about. And right now, the base game in alpha doesn't really do a good job for me to like scan a pack of mobs. The example I give is like Algathar Academy. If you guys ever played that in Dragonflight, there's that giant first pull with like 50 nameplates and 50 mobs. A lot of small mobs that like have barely any health. And so like scanning that to be like, oh, are the elites dotted? Are the big guys dotted? So that I can like actually begin my rotation. Like that that problem is not solved yet, right? I would love it if the base game did solve that, but you know, that kind of customization isn't there yet. And so for a spec that is so reliant on that, AoE right now is going to be really different for me, unless they can bake more of that in. And again, it's only alpha, but a lot of that stuff just isn't there yet. The nameplates have some work, right? The cooldown manager itself again, not customizable, right? Like you can't track your potions, your cooldowns, you can't track your dots in the cooldown manager unless they actually go and add it, right? They have to add that stuff. There's just a lot of stuff missing, you know? So again, I like the goal, but we got to see it actually get added, right? So that's like surface level.
Yeah. I want to actually jump ahead. I have an outline for the show. Wow, I know. Shocker, spoiler. I just pulled up your video that we talked about, and it's playing right now on the stream. I don't have the audio turned on. Can you, again, to kind of tack on to what you were just saying, can you explain what's going on in this video? I'll link it in chat in a moment, and why there are concerns and what those concerns might be.
Yeah, I basically wanted to I think there's a lot of misinformation or confusion thrown around right now with the community because Blizzard has said a lot and then also not said very much of what will be possible or what they will add at some point. But I wanted to kind of check in with the community of hey guys, this is what we can do right now, just to keep everyone honest. Because I think there's again a lot of misinformation out there of different screenshots or different UI elements, right? And people aren't unsure hey, is that an add-on? Is that based in the game? Whatever it was. So I basically went through the entire base UI of how it works as a dot class, and I'm hey, what's missing? What do I not have now that I'm used to having before? So a common one that a lot of Shadow Priests have used is your nameplates change color when you have your Vampiric Touch added, or they maybe glow when they're about to expire, or border color, that kind of stuff. And right now, all of those conditional type effects aren't possible. So we don't get that in Midnight, right? So I went through that, and then I also went through the kind of cooldown manager and said, hey, are the buffs that I care about tracking trackable? Or do I have to look at the top right corner of my screen to see if it's active or not, right? Kind of went through that. There's still a lot of stuff missing. I can't add stuff I want. Like I said, trinkets and potions and health pots, that's not trackable today in the cooldown manager. And then stuff just like my dots. I think this is probably the biggest one, is the unit frames in the game are still, Blizzard controls that, right? So I don't get to control what debuffs or auras show up on unit frames. It's just whatever Blizzard says shows up. So if they have some weird buff that I don't care about, and if they haven't turned it off, it'll show there in front of my dots. I have no way to check if my dots are on the target I care about. And boss frames, for example, don't have dot tracking baked in right now. So
that's scary. Yeah.
If there's a council fight coming up, there's going to be no way for me to easily scan a consistent spot on my screen to see if my dots are up.
Well, that's the nameplates, man.
And that's where it's you're going to rely on nameplates for that. And nameplates right now, as THC has shown, are wonky, I think.
Yeah, they I mean, Kalmaz has got a few quotes where they're just bouncing around. They're bouncing. You move your camera just a tiny bit, and they start shuffling, like the little magic trick where someone's just shuffling a ball with a bunch of cans. You're just trying to find it. And then also they have the smallest hitbox ever.
Yes, true. And if you're only fighting 3 to 4 mobs at a time, a lot of these problems are kind of fine. But if you're ever in a space where you're fighting, I'd say, I don't know, more than 6 or something, things get chaotic really quick. And so players are relying on add-ons today to help them parse that information to know what to do. It's not playing the game for us. It's just we're able to see the game and see what's happening, because right now the base UI doesn't do that. So yeah, a lot that's left to be desired, I think, is the way where I put it right now.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you breaking that down. I'm going to link this video. Like I said, you guys, you got to take a listen to this. It's a 17-minute video. It is worth every second, I assure you. So please do this.
It's too short. Yeah. You gotta go to 45. Get the ad rev in. What you doing? You gotta yap.
Dude, I ramble so much sometimes. I'm surprised it was only 15.
Dude, I'm so long-winded. I ramble too. Don't sweat it. THT, you have a really unique perspective, and we're going to touch on this multiple times throughout the stream today. Are these changes, in your opinion, do you think they are actually helping the average player, or are we just shifting the pain points to top-end, high-end raiders who typically rely on custom setups?
So people have asked me this question for a fair amount, right? They're oh, do you think this will close the gap? Do you think this will affect top players more? I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that the people who are the best at the game will adapt the easiest, and the people who are in the middle will suffer the most. because you know you have someone who's using stuff to help them. You remove that stuff that helps them, and they're probably going to suffer a lot. Whereas like me, I'll be like, oh, okay, and then I'll just figure it out in like 30 minutes, like no problem.
It's a nice to have for you, right?
Yeah, it's just nice to have. I don't really need it. Like you've seen my UI, it literally looks like a disaster. so like I could have put all those things there, but I don't. And it's just like, for me, it's easy to adapt. I do the bosses first, and I literally adapt to it, and we create the strategies and stuff. For people that are gonna have to like copy that and have to adapt like that, it's gonna be a lot for them. Especially like when you think about it, chances are people in like average guilds or even lesser guilds are probably using more stuff than we did because we just didn't even think about them at that time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We just kind of had to play it.
Exactly. Yeah, you just use brute force it in a lot of ways. As much tactics and as much practice that goes into it, you're right. As the tier unfolds, more stuff, more understanding becomes available, more quality of life improvements, whatever the case may be. It's a good point.
It's a feel thing too, right? Like I was playing on, so like currently on alpha, there's no way you can't like move your resource tracking. So the only way I can see how much insanity that I have is like under my character's frame or the personal resource thing, which doesn't have thresholds, whatever. But I like instinctively knew when to press my spender because I've just played the spec so long where I'm like, oh yeah, after this cast, I'm going to have enough. I don't know how I know that. It's just in my head that I've pressed enough buttons and it's going to come up now. But like for a normal person that like isn't used to playing Shadow or they're just jumping into it, or again, to THD, that middle ground, if they're relying on add-ons to help them with that stuff, that's just more cognitive overload for them that they have to now jump through those hoops just to keep their dots up, right?
Kalamazi, weak ores has been the duct tape that has held together the game for a lot of people, myself included. Admittedly, I'm a weak ores. I love weak ores. Do you think that due to weak ores not planning on being updated for midnight, are we losing that creative freedom that has become such a staple for so many people, or do you think that having a cleaner baseline is going to be nice and no big deal? What's your perspective on that?
I think it depends if it's more like cosmetic weak auras or combat weak auras, or it's like UI. There's different types of weak auras, right? Like as far as like UI customization, yeah, the cooldown manager currently is not anywhere near what a weak aura can do for you as far as like tracking cooldowns, buffs, debuffs of my class, resource management. Public brought up there's thresholds for resource-based classes. I'm playing Destro. Do I have 3.7 shards or 4.1 or 4? I don't. I need to know that to see what my next spender is going to build for me. Subliminally, I'll know it eventually when I just play with it enough. But like a newer player is not going to know that, and that leads to less subpar gameplay. As far as cosmetic weak auras and things, I have some that are just fun. I mean, I wish weak auras were staying around for those kind of things.
People like the dancing pirate during Lust.
Yeah, yep. Pedro Lust weak aura. There we go. Yeah. But as far as like combat weak auras and things, like Fractalus is a great example, right? The moment we pulled Fractalus on PTR for hero testing, oh, this is a weak aura fight. Get a weak aura, it's done in 5 pulls. It died in a few pulls. Like outside of world first stuff, it dies in a few pulls. You follow the weak aura, and it dies. Somebody tries to yellow their thing because those stack look big. Follow the weak aura. It'll do it for you in the boss.
I mean, I think the scarier thing is that Fractalus is like, even if they give you a few more seconds, let's say for whatever reason they make Fractalus again. Let's just say it. They make Fractalus again. Boom, accident. But they give you a few more seconds to do it. So, like, here's the reality. Someone's probably going to make a web app, and you're just going to press if you got the debuff.
Or like a screen reader or something that's like scanning your...
Because if you get more time, you get more time to do it, you just give people more options to do something out the game, which, I mean...
So what's the solution, do you think?
Don't make fights like Fractalus.
Put weak auras back in the game.
I was about to say, make weak auras available. Yeah.
I mean, don't make fights like Fractalus. I think
it has. I think Blizzard has mentioned it has become an arms race in a sense over the past few tiers, but with world first raiders, higher end raiders, and boss design in general. I totally get that. I actually think their first version of like DBM Bigwigs is actually really good. We haven't seen it much because there was that bird up for testing early alpha that was bugged and kept crashing the game.
Yeah, just kept crashing.
Yeah, but like their cooldown, like as far as like the timeline's concerned, was like just taking mine out of retail with my DBM skin. The timeline on it. It's actually really good. We haven't seen that like a whole lot past week 1, but the fight design wise, it probably gives them some freedom to slow things down a bit. I do think some fights have become a bit too convoluted. I enjoy them, but at the same time, it's like I hope it gives more creative freedom to be not as excessive as they felt they need to be.
But again, if you want it, Blizzard has to add it. There's no more
Yeah.
relying on the community to help out here, right? Like you can't, those resources and like the devs that work on week orders, right? Like God bless all of them, right? Like you don't have those people that can come in and make up for any of those shortcomings. It has to be in the base game, or else that's it, right? You know, on the other hand, part of me is kind of glad I make week order packs for every spec in the game. And I've done that for.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yes.
So that's kind of nice, I guess.
That's awesome.
But also terrifying. I don't know. You know, so like there's some of that. But like even small stuff, like the lust tracker won't be there, or you won't be able to have something that says, "Hey, make sure you power word fortitude your raid because someone's missing it." Right? Like those kinds of things won't be a thing anymore. And yeah, I think they've gone pretty far in this direction, right, of making stuff not work. I think they just need to bring it back. In my head, like the restrictions are too large right now. Of like, hey, allow someone to read whatever is on their player. I think if they did that, it'd be at least enough forward to where you could still make your UI look the way you want it to without doing those crazy combat things as much. So here's hoping they take that feedback. So,
yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like if they don't let you read other players' combat states and they don't allow cross communication between players, but they let you read yours, I don't think that'll do like any sort of super computational stuff because you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to send info from one player to the other and know that you both have a debuff, and then it would still tell you like run, but I mean you want to know where to run because if someone else runs there, you're gonna get killed.
I mean, to kind of tack on to what you were saying a moment ago, Public, that's been my biggest fear is right now, whether it's DB and bigwigs, weak orders, whatever. Whenever you encounter an issue in the game, a boss, Mythic Plus, and like you said, there's a shortcoming, something just isn't making sense, you can resolve that issue relatively quickly. And on top of that, let's say a bug is introduced into weak auras or DB and bigwigs, whatever, the authors very quickly, most of the time, are able to turn around, fix the issue, and you go about your day. But like you said, if an issue arises or if information is missing on Blizzard's end, what are we supposed to do? Like, we just have to wait and
we log in on you log in on a Tuesday and their cooldown manager is just bricked, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, guess I can't play." Like we're just done.
Yep.
Or like, I mean, what people have brought up as like a really good example, like let's say they release a new trinket or you get a new tier set in a patch or something, it's not added to the cooldown tracker probably right away because maybe they just, overlooked it. Like, for example, like really, I'm just using an example of a trinket that, Spy Master stacks up to 20. You really think like there's no way to track down the cooldown manager? You really think someone's going to go look up in the top right? Oh, let me see. Yeah, it's at 20 stacks. Yeah, it's time to go. You think that's a solid
and we've seen that. Like we have that, like the cooldown manager's live today. The personal resource bar has like buffs today, and there's lag time. Like we've seen that, like they'll go a patch or two before adding the stuff that they've added in the game to those trackers, right? And I think that's the biggest thing.
Rapture in our tracker. It's gone.
Yeah, like there's just no customers. Like that's the biggest thing, and I think I know why they're trying to make the game just easy and simple by default, so you don't have to think about how to do this stuff. But they've removed customization as like an option. Like there's no like type in this spell to track it type situation. It's all like, again, if Blizzard doesn't add it, it's not tracked. So
if you could have one quality of life change introduced into the game, if you could send one message to Blizzard's UI team, what would it be right now?
They're not going to do this, but I think they should fully revert their decision and take an expansion to make their stuff better. Right? If they really care about the UI, make it an option for people, not the only thing to use. And I think that's what I would do. Again, I don't know if they would do that at this point, but that's what I would say is I think given the time, right? Like developers don't like pushing code straight to prod, right? Like the whole point is put your stuff out there, let people try it and use it, experiment with it, fix the problems with it, and maybe come back to this in a couple expansions, right? Or whatever it is. That's what I would choose to do and make it an option for players. Because again, if it's baked into the game, if it's default, and if it's good enough, people are going to use it, right? Like I was using Dominoes for a long time, great add-on for like my action bars. And I think in Dragonflight or whatever, the base UI just did everything I needed to do for my action bars. So I stopped
Basically
using
did
it.
dominoes in the game. So.
And I was like, cool, great. I don't need this add-on anymore. So I think like I like that approach better than what they're doing now, which feels really forceful. I do want to give them some credit though, because I think one thing people aren't talking about is performance. And if anyone's played this game or you've gone to like a world boss in Legion Remix, like you know that the game is struggling to keep up with all of the different procs and combat log events to track. And part of me low key thinks that the reason why they're being so aggressive with this is they've gotten to a point now where to optimize the game, they need to, shrink what's possible for us to track because it's just getting too like you shouldn't need to have a 4090 to play WoW, right? And like those or like an i7 in whatever high-end CPU, right? And so I do think that's part of the decision. But again, if I had one thing, I'd say push it back a year or an expansion. But yeah,
Kalamazoo, your turn. Go.
I just would echo what Public said to a lesser extent. I don't think pulling back on everything is going to happen. I do think if you gave a date saying, hey, our goal is like 12.2, last rate of midnight, this is going to happen. Help us along the way. Tell us and get it to a form where it's like functioning in a really solid manner. Even if WeakAura is going away in 12.2 instead of 12.0, it sort of came out of nowhere. I think we all expected it to be like towards the end of midnight into like maybe last Titan this would happen. Then it was all like, everything's gone out of nowhere. And development wise, like I do think some of their early versions of like the DBM version they have, the boss tracker is actually really good from what I've seen in raid testing the game. But I'm worried that they're not gonna be able to get everything to that level of polish or quality or what you need to play the game in like a functional manner. And that's going to affect a lot of players. There is a guild, I forgot the name of them, a lot of disabled players that play the game together. Undaunted, yeah. They just can't play anymore. Can't do it because weak auras are gone and there's no functionality from the Blizz UI that helps them play the game. So
I think
they're just sort of.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Blizzard did say that they are working. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that that guild and other people who need accessibility options will have those options. But as of this moment, I still think they haven't really fully announced anything and showcased anything because the game launched.
They've added a lot of audio alerts, not visual alerts.
So. They're good to be fair. The pig squeal is great, and like shade not being thrown at Blizz there. This is a super daunting task. I think it's like a tremendous undertaking in like a very short amount of time. I just want the game to be as exciting as possible. Whether I'm talking about Warlock feedback or the game, I want new players to come into the game and be like, hey, this is sick. Let's do this. Hey, this class is fun. This is how you break it down. These add-ons, weak auras need to function in a way where they're easy to understand the new players and also give the values and info that are needed. So, quickly, add a way to track any buff. Like, I want to track health pots, whatever. Yeah, let me type in health pot, drag on my bar. That's it.
Yes, please.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the biggest thing in my opinion. Is like I would say that pretty much most people would agree with their goal, right? Like removing a lot of like the computational add-ons that basically tell you, hey, go to X, go to red. Like most people are going to be like, yeah, no, that's shit, right? And most people would be like, don't want that. But I think that's what they said, but then what they actually implement, unironically, those will be less affected than something like your UI customization, because they're baking a lot of those into the game, but the UI customization aspect, not so much. So your UI is going to be way worse, but then you're still going to have like random text-to-speech lady appearing because you can still have reminders in the game based off the fight time. So you're still going to have like bait. So then, like that lady's still going to appear if you push at 3 minutes every time at the same time, which you typically do on a hard prog almost every time, right? At 3 minutes, there's going to be a lady that says bait, and it's like, wait a sec. Isn't this the thing that we like should ideally like try to remove instead of like the actual UI customizability?
We're gonna shift gears and start talking about our classes now. I mean, because listen, UI polish is great. I'm a huge, LVUI guy, weak ores guy. I use 1,000 add-ons. It's just my thing. But UI is great and all, but if a class or a spec sucks, that's not good. We're gonna start with Kalamazi over here with the Warlocks. You released a 48-minute video a few days ago, which is amazing, by the way.
That's a short one. That's a short one.
I gotta pay rent. Rent's due.
You outlined your class, the current state on the alpha. You provided, I mean, and I say this sincerely, a lot of really good feedback for Blizzard and for the audience alike. Can you give us a brief, I mean, as brief as you can, a brief overview of all three specializations, where they stand, what people can expect by watching your video?
Yeah, I mean, Teach, you can jump in here too whenever he wants in public if you have any, obviously, we talked about it briefly. Destruction's the same as it's been for a long time, for the most part, at the core. Immolate, Incinerate, Conflict Rape, Chaos Bolt, Rain of Fire, Havoc. It's still there, which I think goes to show, like, in the pruning that's taking place, Destro's been one of the simpler specs in the game to play for a long time, I think most would say, but it's not like it's a bad thing necessarily. You have what you need to be a solid, well-rounded spec. I think Destro Lock, when it's good in progression, at least in the past, but not recently, but like when it's good in progression, it's probably the best spec in the game, or one of the best specs in the game. It's so customizable. You can have single target, Havoc cleave, stack cleave, good AoE. You're a bit lacking when it's like comes to burst AoE, but in the past, like, it was one of the best prog specs, the price of any class, when it was actually good, when you could use the toolkit. Hasn't really changed much. Capstones are a little messy. Not a huge fan of some regression as far as playstyle is concerned. Like Soulfire was a button that we got to be fun and exciting finally. It would glow. It glows in midnight. You cast it. It launches really fast. Now it's back to being a 3-second cast with some weird, like, whenever you cast it, it spawns an Overlord in. You should just spawn passively in War Within. I think, like, Capstone's taken a step back, but the core toolkit's gotten better. Yeah, I wish the Capstones were more thematic and more exciting. Dimensional Rift is there, which could be so cool. Rifts are our Legion artifact trait, which would open like portals to other dimensions and spawn big things in, but they're undertuned. There's nothing that builds upon them. And there's like a button you hit that you don't even play. Capstones need some help, but baseline, I think it's pretty solid. TSG, do you want anything there briefly, or?
I mean, I feel like Destro's been relatively solid, and I feel like in this expansion, they finally fixed a lot of the holes that it had in the prior expansions.
Like War Within, or you mean Midnight?
Yeah, in War Within, they fixed a lot of the issues that Destro had, and that's why you've seen it be played more now. Whereas, like, you remember, like, Dragonflight, you remember Shadowlands, like, that was Demo Land. Like, Demo was just the more modern spec during those times, and now they've definitely patched a lot of the holes that Destro had in War Within. And as long as they keep that same playstyle, it should continue to be a solid spec.
Yeah. I mean, Demonology is like similar to where it is on retail, but it's also not. They've sort of like combined a handful of abilities together. Like your minute and a half cooldown, Grimoire Felguard's just gone. Vilefiend, the hard cast is gone. So whenever you cast your dogs, it spawns a Vilefiend in. They've put an imp cap in place, which means you can't summon your army of imps anymore. You have 9 max, and when you get 9 out, you just start casting these little green lasers out of your hands whenever you cast basically your hand of Gul'dan. It changes the spell. I get what they're going for. They wanted to simplify Demonology and like Tyrant cooldowns and damage. You have multiple dogs, public. I just noticed that.
I do have 2 dogs, yes.
That's nice. They wanted to simplify Demonology's rotation for a while with like Tyrant ramp and cooldown management. It has been you can mess it up relatively easy, scuffing a Tyrant, and with them making the game simpler, I think that's their goal. Imp Cap is probably here to stay. I'm not a huge fan of it, because I like the Master Summoner kind of vibes that Demonology has, or had. It feels like you're sort of just Shadow Bolt, Demon Bolt simulator. Like, your imps last 40 seconds in combat now, and they last 50 or 50, I think 55 seconds with Tyrant, whenever you extend them. Basically, for 95% of a minute, like 55 seconds, you're just casting Shadow Bolts and Eye of Gul'dan, which is a little green laser. Shadow Bolt, Demon Bolt, or Eye of Gul'dan. You cast your dogs every 20. It's sort of an empty kind of
so I'm saying this, performance, man. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like they're really worried about performance with the game, and having too many pets out definitely would do that. So,
and like, that's my thing. I don't know. Like, I made a suggestion in the feedback doc, the video that I put out. Like, maybe instead of having just this little green zap laser, when you cast your Hand of Gul'dan at max imps, it summons in like 3 mobs, like 3 Eyes of Gul'dan that
The Imp
aren't
Gang
like.
boss.
Well, I mean, it's just like when you had another portal back in the day, you have a random eye like Eyes of Gul'dan. Eyeballs would spawn in from the Gul'dan fight in Legion. They'd zap the boss with red beams. There's like 3 of them. But I don't know if that would be the same as like having no imp cap, if it's like more computational data that's needed to do that, or if it's just like a straight up NPC that spawns in, does damage and leaves. But I want to have that Master Summoner kind of vibe back. I don't
If
have
you want
that.
that, you should play Shadow
like,
because Shadow
so-
now has more pets. I think.
We got to convert
I
him.
mean, yeah. In the end, if the spec is good, you'll play it. But like, I feel like it's just not as thematic as it used to be. And maybe it is a complexity thing they want to bring down for all these units being in game and stuff. But
I think one thing
I
too
don't
to keep
know.
in mind, like simple isn't necessarily bad, right? Like you can make
I
a
agree.
simple rotation
Sure.
engaging, right? And I think what you're saying is that they've made it simple, but they've kind of the gameplay loop
Yeah.
isn't really fun, is what
I
it
think
sounds
Right.
I think the removal of GFG, honestly, like that's whatever. I don't really mind that too much, and I don't think many people would mind that too much. I think like baking Vilefiend into dogs, like it kind of makes sense. You're putting a dog with a dog, and then
I like that
but
too,
like the
Jack.
imp thing, I think the imp thing is the thing that irks me the most. Is definitely compared to like the other 2 things, like Vilefiend
yeah.
and Vilefiend being tied to Dreadstalkers and GFG being gone. Like that's all fair and well, but like the whole imp cap thing is really odd, especially when you have like an AoE spender like Implosion. It just
That's what I was
seems
gonna ask.
really
Like, so
strange.
Implosion's still the same, even with the
Yes.
cap, or okay?
I mean, it
Which
does more
is-
damage. Yeah, but I mean, like,
I mean, it's still really odd though, right?
Yeah,
they're giving you a 10% chance per imp imploded to summon a Dreadlord, the AoE's volleys, like Shadowbolt volleys. So basically, with 9 imps being the cap, I think Implosion's baseline 10. It's a guaranteed Doomguard. So you're cycling Doomguards and Implosion. In AoE, it feels fine. It's just more single target where it feels a little empty.
because you don't
But,
implosion single target still, right?
well, that's Plan B. We're not gonna go to Plan B yet. We're gonna keep that.
No.
But Destro's
Is
casting Rain of Fire.
wait, yeah,
single
I was
target
gonna say,
too.
is Destro casting Rain of Fire?
Yes, it is. There was talk of it. I don't know if it actually is currently, but yeah, I don't know. That's demo. And then Affliction's back. If people like old, Legion AF, it's back to Unstable Affliction Spender. Rapture is gone. I think this is a pretty good version of early Unstable Affliction Spender AF. It looks like they've been cooking this build for a while. Something I like Shared Agony. Vile Taint's gone, so yeah, like spreading agonies through Vile Taint. It's similar to Twin Moons, I think, for Boomkin. I like it. I wish there was a way to extend dots besides that. Some things can be polished a bit, I'd say overall, but I mean the general like just UA spender dot based profile for Affliction is back with Seed of Corruption.
Are they
Seed
terrified
spam,
of dot extension? By the way, they removed mine in midnight. So
we have some.
We have one, our cooldown.
Oh, we have Dark Harvest. It's a minute cooldown. It extends by like 2 seconds or 3.
You know, we count that as a cooldown as well.
Yeah, basically. We have
like
some.
if something's a minute over, it's a cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to harp on it too much. I don't want to yap forever. But like, App's in a weird spot because they made a lot of talents that revolve around UA randomly reapplying itself when it expires, or UA having a free cast of UA if it procs. You can just cast it for free with no cast time, or giving you shards back, and a lot of abilities that generate shards through things like Soul Harvester, one of our hero talents. We had a problem for a while where you'd have all these shards coming in. Like whenever you cast Dark Harvest, it'll extend your dots and generate shards for Soul Harvester. And your Dark Glare will also extend all your dots that are active. So you open up with 5 UAs, spend your resources, Dark Glare, hit Dark Harvest, which will extend those dots. Dark Harvest will build you shards, and that's not including refunds or reprocs or reapplications. UA was limited to 5 stacks. You couldn't go past 5 for a very long time. You could have like 5 here, 3 here, 2 here for a total of 10. But I mean, realistically, 5 was the limit on one target. They removed that cap. It's uncapped now on one target. So I'm very concerned with tuning for UA. Because Dark Lair will extend your active UAs, I think, to like with Dark Harvest factored in to like 22 seconds. So,
dude, I bet you someone's gonna hit the jackpot. They're gonna put
I
like
know.
12 UAs on one bomb, and they're gonna go ballistic, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That was if we have 2 Affliction Warlocks. Does it break the game? on a boss.
Well, there's still there's bugs every warlock spec where if you have 2 locks and one ability
Yeah,
doesn't
don't worry
work for the
about
other one.
that. Yeah, don't worry about
Like,
that.
it's been around since actual Shadowlands. Still there. It's fine, but whatever.
Yep.
It's a feature. And yeah, the after telepathing in the bottom's a little weird, but I mean, I think we spend too many points in AoE, not much in single target. But yeah, I don't know. TSG, do you want to expand though? I don't want to ramble too much.
No,
This
you're
is,
fine, man.
No, man, I'm pretty sure you caught most of it. I mean,
All right, great.
like, yeah, man. I would say, Affliction redesign looks pretty solid. Definitely some talent tweaking to be done there. Destro rework. I mean, hey, it's Destro, it works. There's some things, but Destro works.
Mhm.
And then Demo, like the imp thing's a bit strange, but otherwise, it's mostly okay.
Yeah,
So-
it is what it is. I want the class to be fun.
Thank you. I really do appreciate you breaking that down. Go watch that video. I linked it in Twitch chat, and it'll be linked in the YouTube description below, of course. This is a random question for you Warlocks, but when you think Warlock, what is the definitive spec for you, Kalamazi? Like, what is the one out of the 3 specs that's a Warlock to you?
I mean, it was Demonology, but I think it's probably Destruction at this point.
Really?
I like them all, but I think Demo's
Yeah.
lost too much. I think I have some people aren't going to love me for this, but I think Demo's lost too much of its identity at its core to be like Warlock.
Mhm.
Not saying old meta's gone. I think like just the Master Summoner vibes of Demonology are sort of gone in a sense with how the rotation is now. I mentioned it in the feedback. It's sort of like you're a bystander watching all this cool stuff happen. It's super cool, but I'm just over here casting Shadow Bolts and Demon Bolts. Like I'm over here
Shadow
looking
Bolt
at them.
Simulator.
Yeah, it's like going to a car show and you're 84 Corolla watching the Ferraris and Maseratis drive by. I want to be that, but it's like all my spell, like you summon Pit Lords, Mothers of Chaos, and Overlords, and Violent Fiends, and they're all super sick, but I'm just casting Shadow Bolts and Demon Bolts and a couple dogs, and they're all spawning in passively. I'm not the one summoning them, if that makes sense. And like, does it really matter? Probably not. But like thematically to a lot of players, I think you want to do that once you get past the initial, wow, that's a Pit Lord. Is it really my Pit Lord? Not really. It's just spawning in.
Yeah.
They're all just spawning in, and I feel like it's, you know what I mean. It's hard to put in the words, but like
You're doing a good
playing
job.
the
Don't worry.
class for a long time. It's like I think it's probably just Destro to me. I don't know, maybe.
THT, what about you? What's your definitive Warlock spec?
I mean, it was the old Demo when you turned into a meta.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, let's
Listen,
be
we're
honest.
talking 2025 going into 2026. All right, this is not half
Never
the game's
forget.
lifetime ago.
Never
okay?
forget what they took from us.
Yeah, I mean, they took it from us. You can't forgive.
Mhm.
What's your definitive
No,
spec
no.
right now? Right now.
It's Destro.
Really?
It's-
Yeah, I look at Destro as the least definitive Warlock spec. I like Affliction the most, man. There's something about dots, just chucking dots at mobs. God,
I think
love
the problem
dotting
with
things.
Affliction is visual feedback. It's just like
I would agree
you
with you
can't-
there.
you kind of put up a lot of stuff, but like
What's
I mean,
going
you
on?
really-
What's there to
yeah,
see
like-
and
you're not really
Yeah.
seeing
Dreadlords now.
anything.
it's fair. Yeah.
All right, public. These guys have yapped enough, like Kalamazi said. From your side,
Told you.
listen, you're a SimC dude. We've talked about. Obviously, you're a Shadow Priest lover. What does theory crafting even look like this early in alpha for you? How do you even begin the process? Like, do you just go? Is there a more surgical approach?
Yeah, you kind of just YOLO everything into SimC first. So yeah, so Shadow's like fully simmable right now in Midnight, and so that lets me
That's because
start
of you,
testing
right?
out stuff. But, well, I mean the community in general. It's not
Of
all
course,
me,
of
but
course, of course.
Oh,
know,
oh man, there we go.
Sailor does a lot as well on Shadow, and there's like 3 guys that do like so much work in SimC that like I couldn't do anything without them. So, but yeah, I think like I get stuff into SimC, and then I just start simming talent builds and testing stuff out, and then I see if I can match stuff in game or if things are working and that kind of stuff. And you kind of learn like pretty quickly like what they're trying to do and kind of where they're trying to take a spec, and right. And so again, my priority is to give feedback as much as I can to make sure stuff is working. And yeah, just kind of see if I can parse through what they're trying to do with the changes and if they've hit the mark or not. So kind of takes, strike a balance there. And for me, it's a little easier because I just have one spec to focus on and all my energy can go into that. So even though they've jammed so much into that spec historically, but yeah, just trying to like get through their ideas with that one spec is easier than 3.
When you say you put stuff into SimC, like what is that process? Are you coding it? Are you taking a tooltip? You taking a talent, tooltip, and you're like, okay, this dot does X damage. Like, how does that actually work?
It's gotten really sophisticated over the years. There's a lot of people that have like made it so SimC is now auto parsing the game data to see how spells should behave. So a lot of times, and this is actually directly related to how Blizzard adds spells, sometimes they just script the shit out of something, and that's all private, and I can't see how that works. And so that's usually when the tooltips are meaningless, because they don't mean anything, because they've just scripted it. So when they do that, I have to then like backwards like recreate how that works to code it myself. But if they've wired up the spells like correctly using game data, then SimC more or less does it automatically. So like, for example, like the tier set that we added just like buffs our spells in different percentages, and that just got auto added in SimC. Didn't have to code that, just works. But yeah, there's a couple different layers. You have to actually write the C++ to like make the spell do the thing. You have to write the APL, or the action priority list, of like how the rotations performed in SimC. And then you have to just start testing stuff. So I have a bunch of scripts where I run thousands and thousands of sims on raid bots. Thank you for that raid bot subscription. To test what's good and what's not, and just kind of crank through all these combinations of stuff to try to figure out what works and what doesn't. And then once we find some like, hey, I feel like the game is sending us in this direction, then we try to like validate that with like in-game testing. So it's kind of our starting point, and then you just keep iterating until it feels good. So
you mentioned something the other day in Discord while we were talking and prepping for the show about how like SimC, and by extension, raid bots, due to the fact that it uses it, is maintained by a horrifically small team of dedicated individuals. And if without these 3, 4, however many people, we wouldn't have, I mean, I'm sure someone else would step up. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't have what we have in terms of simming and all that entails, correct?
Yeah, I think like one of the best parts about WoW is the community, right? And I think that is also true on the developer side. I think we've seen that with like the WeakOr developers, LVUI guys, like the guys that are just volunteering their time to like code all of this and be like those developers are propping up a lot of the game in terms of PvE to like make SimC work, right? And yeah, there's like 3 or 4 guys that do so much of that work to make core SimC do the thing, and they're all like way smarter than I am to like, so every time there's like a new system that gets added into the game, right, like someone has to go and add that into SimC. It doesn't just work. And all of that is pretty time consuming, and they don't get paid for it. And yeah, they just do it because they like the community. They love this as like a side project. So yeah, shout out to all of those guys and like the kind of core contributors of SimC. It's all just people that love doing it and help the community. So it's a thankless job.
I have no
usually.
idea. Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy. I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people, and come Tuesdays and Wednesdays and whatnot, I'm logging into raid bots and I'm running sims on my hunter, my warlock, my shadow priest, my rogue, all my stuff, and just knowing that. I mean, I of course knew that people were building it and maintaining it, whatnot, but such a small team, I had no idea, man. That is crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of like trust too, of like making sure things work. Like there's a lot of you got to be, it's a big responsibility, right, to make sure that the things are actually doing the thing. So.
Yep. And then here's THD over here. He just knows. He doesn't even need to sim. He's just.
I sim at a baseline, and then it's all vibes and feels.
Love that.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need.
Well, you kind of need vibes and feels.
You do. You definitely do.
How much work goes into keeping, and you touched on this a moment ago to a degree, but how much work goes into keeping it accurate with just how quickly Blizzard, iterates and pushes things, especially, during your alphas and betas, but even during live with hot fixes and whatnot? Like, what does that process look like?
Yeah, like I said, it's gotten a lot easier over the years that we've been able to like basically auto code how things work based on the spell data. So the more and more that Blizzard does things that way, the more that when new hotfixes get pushed, SimC just auto updates itself, basically.
That's nice.
So it kind of depends on like your ability to code that. Like some specs have like Shadow Priest has like lots of people that help contribute and work on just that one spec. And then I think Warlock doesn't has maybe one person. And
time to step up Kalamazoo.
I think it was the mage guys helping us out for a bit.
Mages were helping. I think
Taylor
was helping out.
Azivor was helping. I don't know who does it anymore.
Yeah, so like it just kind of like depends on like who's working on that spec, right? Because like it's all a passion project for that community, right?
Right.
And again, it's all like some of it's very technical of like knowing how that stuff works. Like I've been working on SimC since Legion, and I feel like I'm barely a novice at it. So
wow,
it can get kind of dense, but yeah, I think a lot of it's just a passion project, like I said, of like testing how stuff works and working on it with the community, and then just trying to test stuff out and see if it makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's a tool, right? I think that's one thing that we have to preach a lot of. Like it's not gospel. It's just a tool to help us shortcut getting to somewhere, figuring out information or answering questions, right? So at the end of the day, you have to have both. You need that tool, but you also need like the vibes to make sure that what you're saying makes sense, right? Because if you're like, oh, the Sims say to take this town and you get 0.1% DPS, but it makes the gameplay shit, and it's like, okay, well, hold on, like that, is that worth it, right? Does that make any sense, right? So you have to. There's a lot of that, and again, all comes down to trust. Like what you're doing is building up trust within the community, and within that of like making sure this is accurate. And the way that that's done is people like myself and others spending hours and hours of our time looking at combat logs and training dummy testing to see if what we're doing matches SimC. And it's a lot of work, and it can take, patches can get tough. And that's why, alpha, I spend a lot of time, testing stuff and betas and that kind of thing. But it's hard. It's a lot of work.
Would you say that one of the reasons why WoW has had so much staying power over the years is because of tools like SimC and raid bots and the customization of things like LVY and weak ores and whatnot? Or is it just, hey, this is Warcraft, it's fun, it's the biggest game on the planet because it's Warcraft?
I think it's definitely a little bit of both. Like the community, again, plays a big role. And I think so many people love playing this game, like PvE top end, because they like to min-max. And SimC is such like it's like a drug, right? Of like, oh, I'm getting that little DPS increase. I'm making my character better. And I have a sim telling me how much better I'm getting. And I think there's like a dopamine hit there of like getting better and better and better. And so again, I think it's kind of the community feeding itself.
Just I think it also makes it really easy for people as well, right? Like there's so many, like you always just like a really good example is like you go to a random stream chat or something. So you see a guy in chat asking a question like, what's better in my vault? And it's like, now that they just have like, they can just put in that thing onto a robot and it tells them like, hey, this is better. Like, how much like that takes off of like people having to choose like what's best. Like, yeah, there's BIS lists and stuff, but like, so maybe you don't get the 2 BIS options and you're like wondering, oh, well, what's actually better? And the general thing is like that stuff just helps people so much with like decision making in general. And it's really easy to set up, right? You just literally go up to the vault, you type button, you copy paste, boom, that's it. It's just been made really easy for people.
Public, I feel like I took your let's talk about Shadow Priest moment and really made it more about let's talk about SimC, so I apologize. Are there any new talents, any new anything really interesting about Shadow right now on the Midnight Alpha that just has you excited?
Dude, we're tentacle slamming. That's what we're doing. They're going all in on old gods
you have my
and tentacles. Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Hold
on. So they replaced Shadow Crash with a spell called Tentacle Slam. That's actually the name. So instead of us hurling the shadow thing at stuff, it's now just a massive tentacle that slams down at your target.
Does the same thing, just visually different?
Visually different, yeah. And then our Apex talents revolve around Tentacle Slam a little bit. So every time we Tentacle Slam, not only is it dotting up to 6 targets, it also spawns one of our idle effects. So, like I said, we're kind of becoming a little bit of a demonology warlock a little bit. Every Tentacle Slam can proc a Yogg or a Cthulhu Tendril, N'Zoth, or Yashiraj. Like it can just proc any one of the random idols. So yeah, we have this kind of wacky gameplay loop of like tentacles and spawning idols and doing a bunch of old god stuff. It's pretty fun. It's pretty wild. So
is it RNG and tentacles? Are they overtuned differently or no?
It is RNG, but it does seem to be weighted because like the idols are not all created equally. So it does seem to like prefer, you like sometimes you get really lucky with like the Yoggs and like the big guy, but usually it's just tentacles.
These classes taking my job again.
Yeah, so like on the alpha right now, if you're just playing, it's very normal for me to have like 5 or 6 tentacles up, a Yogg Saran up, and like I'm just master of like void pets, and like I'm playing like a void summoner.
How
Although
fitting for midnight.
my Shadow Fiend pet is still useless as all ever, which that's a little. So like there's some, like they're doing some cool stuff, but then I just have like the worst 3-minute cooldown in the game is still in my spec tree, and like Void Form barely does anything. I think our damage graph is like almost completely flat. So like my 2-minute cooldown, like
That
I don't
sucks.
even notice that I press it. So like it needs some work. It needs some help. And this is just me like typing on the forums, screaming into the void to hopefully get some of that stuff fixed.
I see what you did there. Into the
so-
void. I got you. That's nice. You know, THT, this is your time to shine, buddy. We're going to zoom out from theory crafting, and it's time to talk about
shit.
raiding and the race to world first.
Oh
I know
my
you're excited, right? All right, listen.
Oh my god, that's what I do.
THD, listen, Midnight's launch. I don't know if you know this, buddy. Midnight is launching with a 3 raid structure. This may be the first you've heard of it, so buckle up, all right? Do you think that there might be any change to pacing or strategy to Liquid or guilds like Liquid or just guilds in general?
So I mean, for us specifically, like, I mean, reality is what I say and what someone else says in another guild and what someone else says in nobody knows how this shit's gonna go.
You're just gonna show up and slam, basically, right?
My
That's all you're there to
fear, yeah, okay. Like my fear is, right? Realistically, you know, what is the world first? Is it clearing all the 8 bosses or whatever? I think it's 8 or is 9. It's 9 bosses.
I think it's 9.
It's clearing all 9 first, right? Realistically, like let's just say, or is it, you know, like because
I think it's all 9 first, but the last raid is gonna be the hardest too. So yeah, I mean, I think it's all 9.
So, I think it's clearing all 9 first, and if it's clearing all 9 first, oh my god, man, it's gonna be like 4 weeks of just mythic splits all day. I
You're
really
excited, right?
No, no.
Yeah, I wonder like tuning wise if the small raids are gonna be easier or harder, because like if
I
they're
don't know.
if the small raids are just like loot pinatas and it's all focused on the one big raid, then maybe it'll just be like feel like a shorter tier with more splits, I guess.
Yeah, I mean maybe,
Could
but
be.
like I mean, you can already see some of these things, right? Like these are all data mined things, but they've, you know, Wowhead has posted like the crest stuff. You may have noticed some of that. I'm pretty sure that's a thing because of the staggered release. They want to make sure that people aren't too overgeared for that final raid that releases in what, like 2 or 3 weeks after or something like that. That's what they said.
Yeah.
I think it's 2, but we're not sure the cadence yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
And
if there's a heroic
getting
week, right, it should be like 3 weeks, right? So
We are
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
heroic week, aren't we?
That's the question.
That-
We're not really sure. I don't
yeah,
think,
we're
right?
not,
Oh.
we're not sure, but I believe they
Okay.
did say that we are.
I thought they confirmed that
I'm just
the
not
first raid of the
exactly-
expansion gets it, but I guess that's a good point. Like, is it
Does heroic
heroic
week
week
count
for
for a
all the
week, or-
raids at
yeah.
once?
Yeah, is it a
Exactly.
heroic week, then a mythic for the raid, and then a heroic week for the next raid? Or is
So we
it
have 3
heroic
races?
week, mythic, and then mythic after 2 weeks? I don't know. Nobody really
Yeah.
knows, right? That's the thing, is nobody is like completely sure or locked down. And my fear is that it's gonna be a lot of like just absolute like I'm just gonna raid
Chaos.
mythic 10 hours a day for 4 weeks, and like we saw in Sepulchre what that did to people. And I don't know if people will like that at all.
Lock in, baby. You don't have a choice. You're committed.
Bonding in the box, the big black box we're in for a month and a half. The
The
theater.
real
that
question
was
is how
great.
much trash is going to be in all those raids. That's the real.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully
It's
none.
always-
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, but I don't think so. I don't think.
Kalamazoo, you're.
But
Okay.
I want to reiterate a bit.
Please.
Like, so you know, that's my fear, right? Like, that's my absolute fear is that.
Mhm.
And then you see all the crest changes that they're doing, and like that's what I want to pinpoint on, right? Where like the later upgrades are significantly more expensive, even though you don't get too many more crests, right? Obviously, it's all data mined, but if you're only getting 100 crests a week and the final upgrade of an item is 50, it's going to cause some really like super degenerate behavior, because if they keep the vault system that they kept in the current patch, where you kill the later boss in the raid, you get a really like a 5 out of 6 myth item or something, right? You might just not send any crests for like, even as like a lower end guild, you might not send crests for like 3 weeks and just wait, which I think that might
Feels
feel like
horrible.
shit. I think that
Yeah.
might feel like really bad because
to
wasting
wait
any
and
crests
see.
on lower upgrades would not feel good.
There's a lot of that happening even now, though. So like, I think that's just a pain of the current system. And I feel like what you're saying is it doesn't feel like they're really taking a stab at fixing that too much. Like, yeah, Valor Stones are gone, right? But there's more than just that. And like all the dichotomy of like embellishments and crafted gear and all that stuff is coming
Which
back.
we don't
right?
even know anything about. We don't even
Mhm.
know if there's like embellishments or crafted gear. I mean, I guess I don't.
Yeah, there is. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
So
there is?
embellishments are coming back. A lot of the
Okay.
same ones from the War Within are coming back. So like the Dark Moon sigils are coming back.
Yippee!
There's another like blue silken lining esque thing again. So it's all very familiar again, based on current alpha stuff.
I kind of
Right.
wish they got rid of those things because I feel like
Same.
it really locks down a lot of your slots. Like, I mean, if you even look at current tier, you have lockdown cloak, you have lockdown
Yep.
bracers, you have lockdown offhand, you have a lockdown boots, you have like literally half of your slots are locked down.
Yeah.
And
So right now
I
it's
don't
gonna
think
be
that feels good.
pretty similar crafted wise and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Kalamazi, you are a pretty prominent figure in the Race to World First broadcasting scene, if I may be so bold. I watch you. I don't know if you know this or not, but I watch you casting.
I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
you're good,
okay.
man. You're good. How do you think
well.
these add-on limitations and Blizzard's current approach to everything, how do you think it's going to affect not just your job, but the viewer experience? Or do you think things are going to get kind of muddied in the water a bit?
I don't think it'll affect the viewer experience. I think like for a caster position, one of our jobs is to like make things easy to interpret for whether you're watching the race for the 10th time or the first time. And I think we've become, not me personally, but all the casters across multiple events become pretty good at that, I'd say, for the most part. One of the big things, even I felt like I had to do with the first race, was like I have to know every single ability name, like Corrupting Blast, Star Shard, Nova. Now it's like you just sort of break it down more of like a understandable kind of manner, like the large circles coming out. That's a lot, honestly, that translates a lot
Oh,
better
yeah.
for most people than Star Shard, Nova, Intergalactic Smash, and all that, right? As far as like tracking unique effects and stuff, I don't think the average viewer like will watch someone's CDs as far as like a POV that we're on or whatever. It might make it. It will likely make it could make our job as casters a bit different. Casters in like broadcasters, not like a warlock. Because like tracking certain resources, I don't know how production will be able to track certain things
Like the
that they
raid
haven't in the
frames and
past.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually
Right.
have a little because okay, so if you don't know, like I am the guy that production gets all of its data from.
Right. Yeah.
They feed all their data that feeds all their streams from
Like for
my
like the
UI.
raid frames that show up and stuff. Like
So
Not a
back in the
retroactive.
day, so currently we use weak auras for that, but obviously that won't work. Back in the day,
Whoops.
back in the day in Lyolofa, actually, we had like raid frames on the production stream, and it wasn't done via weak auras; it was done via screen reader.
read. Yeah.
And my UI was being screen read, and we used that during the Nafrius and during Nyalofa, and very much that it will still work. They'll just have to use
Okay.
that system again.
So yeah. So there you go. Because they have a computer I see every race where it's like a big eye. It's like the eye of Sauron. It's AI like scanning on the computer and I walk past. Like legitimately, it's great. I don't know what it does, but it's cool.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you ever watch my POV, maybe it leaks in a bit. There's usually things that hide it. At the top and bottom of my screen are these tiny little colored pixels just everywhere. And all those are little information tidbits that Eye of Sauron
To
is
key
reading.
off of. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
and that's all
Yeah.
just a bunch of little micro weak auras that do nothing. You can't tell anything what's going on there, but obviously that screen reader does. And
That's
if
crazy.
that doesn't work, they'll just use the OG screen reader, which didn't use those little pixels.
That's fair. So I don't think it'll affect the viewer experience in a negative way as far as like seeing what's happening.
Mhm.
But if you're asking about what's going to happen with the race world first structurally, is there going to be a race? There'll be a race. I can almost guarantee it. Is it going to be on site for casters or players or anything? I hope we're on site so much. I have no idea because
Yeah.
do we know if it runs 2 weeks, a month, 5 weeks? Don't know. I don't think Blizz should I don't think Blizz should structure their game around the race world first at all. But like
Right.
a staggered cadence is going to change it a lot, and the race could change it a lot. And the race is a large event that's done every tier. It gets more views than anything else the game has, and it's a community driven event. So we'll see. I pray to God we do it on site. I love the race. Most exciting thing I do all year. But
it shows,
we'll
man.
see.
You have a good time. I
Um,
like the behind the scenes stuff you guys do. You always got a smile on your face. I appreciate that.
Taco Bell, yeah, it's good.
Love it. How much do you think you spent on Taco Bell this past race?
2 races ago, I spent over $1,000. Last race, it was like
Get out of here.
400. Yeah.
Dude, this
Brad
guy,
knows-
yeah, man, I'll tell you, man.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
a lot. It was
But
a
he's,
lot.
okay, he's buying it for more than just himself, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember the big
well, yeah,
bags and
Okay,
everything.
sorry, just
Holy
to
moly.
clarify, that wasn't all spent on your own. Yeah,
Good
okay.
when they won in the second raid tier, whatever it was, they all run together at this point. Not last tier, the tier before. I spent like $350, like at 1 in the morning at Taco Bell, and I guarantee they got the
grief.
order, and they were like, "What is this? Why?"
At what point does like TL just have a Taco Bell franchise in the gaming center?
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, like
Just
one
put
of
it
the
in there.
high end TL like managers used to like work for Taco Bell or something at THC. He like made like videos on him. Chris, he like has like advertisements he made with Taco Bell.
Oh
in the
yeah,
past.
he
Yeah.
does. He does. Yeah, he does.
Like he worked
That's
with them before.
amazing.
What are we doing? Get him in
there
here.
you go.
Good grief.
Forgot
All right,
about
we-
those things.
I've only got you guys for a few more minutes. I don't want to run too far over. I know you got places to be, but I do want to
That's
jump
all right.
ahead to a little big picture design philosophy here, and we're actually going to skip over a couple of questions and go directly to what do you think? And we'll start with THT. What do you think's still missing for high-end play that Blizzard just doesn't seem to grasp yet? Like you always hear they don't play their own game, so they just don't get it. Like what do you think is missing at the moment?
What do I think is missing in terms of what exactly do you think?
It could be how raids are designed. It could be UI related. It could be class related. There's so much right now that people love to complain about online. In terms of Blizzard doesn't play their own game. Does anything spring to mind for you?
Bring back 10 man. Sorry, THC.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, maybe in terms of high end, like, I think it's mostly what Kalamazi might have he choked out of his mouth there. Like, I don't think that it is I think that having a 10-man option for rating, or even like a lesser option for rating, which like they can still have Mythic be 20-man, right? But maybe a month after the patch launches, or a couple weeks after the patch launches, you could have a 10-man Mythic option. It could be like something they bake up, maybe in a 0.5 patch or something, enable like a 10-man Mythic option. I think
Now-
that will actually give players a lot of more choices in terms of what they're able to do.
Is that stemming from your time spent on Lost Ark 8 manning content, or is there something kind of just like old and outdated about the 20-man raid size at this point?
No, I mean, I just think that like whenever you think of 0.5 and 0.7 patches as sort of like catch-up patches,
Mhm.
or patches in the middle that are supposed to entice. And like reality is, right, in a 0.5 or a 0.7 patch, there's not going to be as many players as the start of a season, right? Realistically. So I think it makes sense to have a more accessible form of content be added to the game, just in the middle of a patch that's probably less work than making an entire new like raid or an entire new system.
Sure.
Whereas like you just retune some stuff to make it work for 10-man, and you have that option be available. And it can even still you can still drop myth gear, because who cares, right? It's like 0.5 or 0.7 patch. It lets people just work on stuff at much less like stressful environment.
Why did you chime in with the 10-man rating, Kalamazi? Is that something near and dear to you?
I don't know. My guild died recently. I don't want to join. I mean, I want to join another guild, man. But I feel like when I raided 10 men back in the day, the atmosphere it just felt like we were more tight knit. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe
I mean,
it's
10 versus
totally
20, yeah.
but I know that I can go out and I have 10 friends in the game or in IRL, which is crazy to say, but I don't have 25. I have 12. I don't have 26.
Yeah.
But I can get a group of 10 together of like friends. I have plenty of friends in game that want to do 10-man stuff. And like, I know this is a hot topic and it's worth a whole discussion about on its own. I think if it literally started from day one of the patch, but like, I think 20-man would still be like where like Mythic World First ratings at. Maybe some separation somehow you got to do it, but I'm booming out. I swear, I'm almost 35 years old at this point. But I legit feel like I love raiding. I still want to raid Hall of Fame and stuff. My guild's dead, but I want to find a new one. But I think I just vibe more at 10-man at this point. I still love 20-man. I still want to do it.
Man,
if 10 was an option,
I
I'd
feel
choose
that
10 over
so
20.
much.
I
I
would.
remember back
I don't
in
much work.
Firelands. I remember back in Firelands, I scoffed at the whole Tin Man scene and how excited people were. And I use Firelands just because that's the one that springs to mind. I know Tin Man was around longer than that, but of course nowadays, like you said, I'm turning 40 in a couple of months. Mythic rating. I love Mythic rating, but 20 people's a lot. 25 people's a lot. You know, having on your roster, and I like the sound of fewer people. It definitely strikes a chord in me in the best way, not the worst way. You know. Public, what about
it poses
you?
a lot of problems too, though. Yeah,
I think it's I mean it's easier to find 10 like-minded people than 20, right? I think that's what guilds are, is like finding a group of people that have the same goals and they care about the game at the same level. And that's really hard if you're not like, obviously if you're like top level, everyone's pushing for that spot, right? It gets a little fuzzy in the middle because there's just that's just the soup of raiders. So I think 10 man would be nice, but
more soup on the brain. You hungry, buddy?
there's a lot of soup happening.
There's a lot to that topic that we don't have time for, but like I think it's worth exploring. I think eventually we'll go back to it. It'll happen. I think it's worth exploring sooner or later for Blizzard. So I didn't mean to derail your whole question, THG. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good, man.
Oh, that's fine, man.
I like derailments. It's all good. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. It's we got about 5 minutes left, and again, I really want to say how much I appreciate your time today, gentlemen. I'm gonna give you guys one more question each, and I told you to prep for this question, so we're gonna see who did their homework. All right?
Oh shit!
We're gonna see.
I forgot what it was.
Oh shit!
All right. Well, we're starting with Kalamazoo. All right. Final question: if you could send one message to the WoW dev team right now, what would it be? One message, buddy.
I forgot about this.
All right, we're gonna go to public.
Man.
We're gonna start with public. We're swift.
No, I'll do it. I got it. I've got it. This is off the cusp. We talked about it a bit already, but like, you guys like legit do a really awesome job. People are very hypercritical of certain things, so don't take that to heart. But I'm gonna be a little animated here. If add-ons and weak wars and things are not ready, let's take another patch or two to get it at that point. They don't need to be 100% what exact weak wars everything do in game now, but they need to be in a state where it's functional and isn't restricting players from what they've had in the past. We can gradually transition into that if need be. But if you guys think they're there, hey, let's go. But I hope that ends up being the case. So we'll see. I'm hopeful, optimistic, but a little scared. But I think Blizz probably is too. Hopefully that motivates to get things in a good spot. They're getting there. So but we'll see.
All right, public. This is it, man. Your time to shine. One thing.
I think my one thing is that I think WoW's best system are the classes and specs and the way that they're designed. And I think they should spend more time on those than the small little gains of power like the disc belt or Circe's circlet or whatever it is. And I think they should just spend more time making classes and specs in the game fun to play and unique to each other. And I think that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I'm going to take your line of thinking, your line of thought, and I'm going to actually bring it over to THD. And I've been joking around about Lost Ark. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but THD and I, we like Lost Ark. Even though we're talking about WoW and we're playing WoW right now. But THD, again, to kind of tack on to what he was saying a moment ago, I would argue that one of the things that Lost Ark does super well, if not the best thing they do, is that class identity, the feel, the oomph in combat, whether you're playing a berserker or summon or whatever. There's something so awesome about it. And not to say that WoW doesn't have classes that do that.
It's got pockets where it does, for sure.
Right. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, Public, in that if we could have classes just dialed up to 11, in terms of fun, in terms of engagement and whatnot, that'd be a sweet
or just
deal
iteration,
for sure.
right? Like, I think we've all experienced this, not to just interrupt real quick, like,
No, you're fine.
Where I get a bunch of shadow changes, and the first comment on the Wowhead post is, where are the rogue changes? Or where are the hunter changes, right? And like every community feels like, man, going a major patch without getting updates to your class or spec feels bad. And I think it's probably because they're working on other stuff, right? And so that's what I would say is like give every class their due, what they're due, and like give them iteration every patch and spec and make them feel like they're heard and seen, you know?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, you drive WoW in a car. The car is your class.
Yeah.
If the car is old and rickety, I mean, you're not having a good time on the road.
Absolutely. What an analogy. Yeah. I love it.
Sure.
All right, THD, your one message to WoW devs. What is it, man?
I mean, I think it's a lot of the same sentiment that Kalamazoo had, where, I mean, realistically, right, I think that a lot of things in Midnight either A, very much, keeping course of what's been done the last 2 expansions, which has been relatively successful, B, being better, and then you have that C, which is that the one thing that really sticks out in Midnight that can be just catastrophic is that whole thing with the UI. And I think if that stuff isn't very well polished and doesn't hit it right out the ballpark, I think it's going to put a really negative stain on the expansion if that stuff is not iterated on to as best as can be. And I think they really, we only have like realistically if it launches in February, that's when you're going to see the pre-patch. Like you have 3 months for that.
Holidays, all that.
Yeah, and you have holidays coming up, so realistically, probably only have like 2 months of actual like time put in at work to actually like get that stuff on the ball. So I think that's got to be like priority number 1.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of the stuff they have is good, or things that they've done in the past that have been successful, and if they keep that and make sure that UI is like fully functional and ready to go, they have a lot. They can really hit it out the ballpark. But without that UI, it's going to put a really big stain on the expansion.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping. The only thing we can do is, like Public said earlier, give feedback. So fingers crossed, man. Guys, I want to thank all 3 of you so much for being here for today's episode. First episode, getting this thing up off the ground. And THD, can you just take a moment, let people know where they can find you online? Plug yourself for just a moment.
I stream on twitch.tv/THDlock, and then my Twitter's for rage baiting.
That's what they all are now.
Twitter's for rage baiting. But otherwise, you can catch me on those. I don't stream too often outside the race. Sometimes I do. Hey, there is a Lost Ark raid in a few weeks. Maybe I'll stream that. But
hey, there you go. Kazros, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
all
right.
All right.
But otherwise, I take it chill outside of races.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Kalamazoo, you are a champ. Thank you so much for being here on your dad's birthday. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good dinner with him tonight. You're gonna go hang out with him. Can you take not that you need any help considering how amazing and awesome you are, but could you go ahead, plug yourself, tell people where they can find you, what's going on. Sell it, baby.
The doggy.
That's awesome. Kalamazoo on Twitch and Twitter.
Wait. How many eyes? How many eyes?
Yeah, I know. 2 eyes on 2 eyes on Twitter, 2 eyes on YouTube. But just Kalamazoo on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm just around. Come yap at me. We'll have a good time.
Please, man.
I like the original Kalamazoo's video. I linked it.
The banana.
I don't know if you should watch it on stream. I have no idea. I wouldn't pull it up here.
No, I won't be pulling it up. Don't worry. Oh man, you're awesome.
It's literally a 1-second video.
That's fantastic. Holy crap. All right, Public, it's all you, baby. Where can people find you? What's going on?
Yeah, Public Priest on Twitch. I usually only stream like alpha and like when there's new stuff happening on PTR and stuff. Or sometimes I, try to attempt to code something on stream. And then my YouTube channel is Public WoW. Usually do, patch updates and stuff like that. But yeah, I just do it when stuff's fun, when there's cool stuff to talk about. So whenever I can. And then, yeah, just anywhere. You can find me on Discord helping people out.
That's a beautiful dog. What's his or her name?
This is Artie. He's a little naughty little puppy, but he's sweet.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. You guys can find me Brutal Static everywhere. That's Brutal with 2 L's. Surprise, surprise. Just like it is underneath all of our webcams today. Gentlemen, again, thank you so much. Next week, by the way, Hunters, Azertharian, Banchers, Abaddon, they'll be on the show next Sunday, November 9th, starting, I believe, at 2 p.m. Eastern. But you can catch us there. I'll be streaming all week, as I'm sure some of these guys will, like Kalamazoo and whatnot. And yeah, I just thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate your time and your commitment to this. Thank you.
Yeah, I think as well. It was fun.
Of course, man. All right, well, you guys can stick around if you want to. My daughter's going to put some makeup on me, like I said earlier, so you don't have to, but you can if you want to. But that's it for today's episode, everyone.
On the stream in my car.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I can't wait. How exciting.
Well, I have my WoW raid invites in 5 minutes.
Well,
And I'm the warlock. You know how that goes.
I do. You guys can get out of here if you want to. You can hang out if you want to. Whatever floats your boat. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you as well.
See you guys.
Good.
Thanks.
Take it easy, gentlemen.
Oh man, I'm the last to leave.
Oh, bye, THD.
Oh, goodbye.
See you later, buddy.
Have a great time.
You too, man. Enjoy your Lost Ark.
Oh no, it's WoW Raid. It's WoW Raid.
Oh,
hey,
that's right. Enjoy your WoW Raid. Enjoy your WoW Raid.
Dementius number 5500 of the patch.
Have a good one,
Goodbye.
buddy. Oh man. All right. Well, I'll fix my webcam here in a second. That was genuinely a lot of fun. I know that my webcam is a little messed up right now, so hang tight. I forgot to set it up streaming by myself, so hang tight 1 second. So listen, give it to me straight. How was the show? How'd you guys like it? Did everything sound okay and look okay? I wouldn't go so far as to say I was nervous, but definitely have a lot of improvements that I can do on my end, just being a little bit more comfortable with asking questions and making sure that things segue more appropriately and whatnot. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, because I did. And I can't, man, next week's gonna be fun with Azertharian and Banishers and Abaddon. Those guys are extremely knowledgeable and entertaining and whatnot, so yeah, we didn't, I mean, again, for the first episode, Color Toad, I'm not too worried about it. Let's see, I need to change my thing here, hold on. Where is my camera? Here we go. I think this is it. Is this it? Give me 1 second, let me add, here we go. Transform this. Okay, captured that. Let me edit this. Ooh, you know what? Smart. Look at me go. There we go. Oh, look at, wow, look at me. Oh, it's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. How's that? Does that look okay? Good? We dialed in? Nice. Close that, lock that. Hi everyone, thanks for being here. Okay, now here comes the, you don't, dude, you didn't yap too much. You did fine. That was fun. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to start, you know, or rather I am starting this whole thing, doing it every week, every weekend, and my perspective or philosophy, whatever you want to call it, assuming you're even still listening to THD, is the more authentic the conversation is, the more that the guests kind of talk to each other, and I just want to stay out of the way, the better. I want to make sure that people have, like, the people I bring on have an opportunity to kind of just take things in the direction that they want to take things, talk about the things that they're passionate about, knowledgeable about. And, you know, the outline serves a purpose. I want an outline for the show, but I don't want it to be so rigid and so by the book that we can't flex and just yap and have fun. Like, essentially, ultimately, I just want it to be an enjoyable experience for both the audience and the guests. But in any case, yeah. Sounded fine, looked fine. I don't remember anything about WoW. No, Druish, I tried to send everything to... I tried to send everything to Twitter, but it didn't work, so that's okay. Not too worried about it. Let me see. Let me pull this up. All right, I don't know if I think my kids are home, which means that it is makeup time. So hold on 1 second. Let me look. We are now in the after show phase. Close this. I need to update this 1 second. Oh, by the way, and you are a recent viewer, follower. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you being here. I appreciate you guys hopefully enjoying yourself and enjoying the show. PvE podcast after show, baby. Let's see. Brutall's getting a makeover. I'm just updating the stream title real quick. Excellent. All right, let me here's I'm worried that when I take my headset, like when I turn my headset off. Actually, you know what? I guess I don't. You know what? It's fine. I don't need the headset. It's fine. Let me go see if my kids are here. I'll be right back. Stand by. Nope. I don't think they're home yet. Never mind. Let me check and see. Let me text my wife real quick. I can just hang out, by the way. I have nowhere to be and nothing to do right now, so it looks like they're oh, okay, they're at Walmart right now. Oh, I think they're actually driving home right now. So I think we're okay there. There's no rush. Oh my god, my kids take the goofiest pictures. Holy crap. Yeah, so I actually don't have I don't have the pink beard spray, so I'm gonna have to do that on Tuesday when I stream again, Drew. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday, so we're gonna hang out, have fun, probably, you know, go out to lunch somewhere, that kind of stuff. But on Halloween, Savannah used up all the pink hairspray for her actual hair. She dressed up as one of the K-pop demon hunters. So I gotta go back out and buy a can to use, and I'll probably just have pink hair all day on Tuesday, or pink beard hair all day on Tuesday, just to make up for not having it today. But believe me, Savannah, when I told Savannah I picked up Savannah from school on Friday, and I told her, sweetie, guess what? Daddy hit we hit the donation goal on Daddy's stream, so we can now you are able to put makeup on Daddy. And she was over the moon, man. She was so excited, which I get. Like, imagine being a 6-year-old girl. You love makeup. You don't know how makeup works or how to apply makeup properly, but you just love makeup because you're a girl, right? And it's just her thing. And all of a sudden, your dad tells you, "Hey, you can just go for it. Just paint my face." Like she was just elated. Trick-or-treating was a lot of fun for us. We actually went across town and we wound up trick-or-treating with, oops, hold on a second. Boop. We actually wound up, we went trick-or-treating with a family friend, one of our kids' friends and their parents. And we went into this neighborhood that's actually by the university across town. And we started on one street, and we just went street to street to street to street to street. We went down like 8 streets. It was nuts, and it was so much fun. Full-size candy bars in some of these houses. It was insane. And goodie bags and stuff like that. The kids, we try to be reasonable in terms of how much the kids are eating, because I don't want to give them 4 pounds of candy. Oh no, a stress ball. I don't want my wife and I don't want them to have 4 pounds of candy or anything like that. So we've given them a few pieces of candy per day, and they've been happy. And it's, you know, feel like they haven't gotten sick or anything like that. But the actual trick-or-treating was a lot of fun. Isaac was a chicken jockey from the Minecraft movie. Savannah was, like I said, one of the K-pop demon hunters from the K-pop demon hunters movie from Netflix. I dressed up as Charizard. I have the costume over here on my desk. It's the same Charizard outfit I wear on stream, of course. And my wife dressed up as a makeshift fairy, because she used the wings that I bought for my Tinkerbell costume and a headband that Savannah had, and it all went together really, really well. We had a lot of fun. It was fun. You had 123. Well, you're saying you had over 100 kids show up? Is that what you're saying? Clown face Brutal. Oh, it's gonna be something. My daughter helped me dye my beard. I had a barber cut it into a monkey tail or a monkey tail. I'm assuming you mean monkey, just to be clear, Destro. Helped me dye it. We had a ton of fun. That's awesome, man. Trunk or treat ruined Halloween around here. Are you saying that because people don't go around door to door now, Colored Toad? They just do trunk or treat experiences in parking lots and stuff? Oh, it's all good, Destro. I just wanted to make sure I understood. Typos are perfectly fine. And 123 trick-or-treaters come to the house over the 2 hours. That's wild. That's crazy. We did trunk or treating at the kids' school a week before Halloween, and then we went actual trick or treating for Halloween itself. And again, we come from Florida, so we're not used to colder weather, but we all love the colder weather. So we were, you know, bundled up in our, so it was probably like 40 degrees, so it wasn't below freezing. It wasn't bad, but you know, Halloween costumes are this thick most of the time. So Savannah had to have a couple of layers on, and Isaac was literally inside his chicken jockey costume just to keep himself warm, but we were walking around, we were fine. It was beautiful and comfortable and fun and enjoyable. The last 5 minutes I was playing the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Heck yeah, man. Well, I do hope that the show resonated. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm hoping that in the weeks to come, I can get more and more and more comfortable. Not to say that I was uncomfortable during the experience, because I wasn't, but I could tell that I was a bit more rigid and a bit less relaxed compared to how I normally am. But taking on a new role and talking to people I've never talked to before and trying not to sound like an idiot, it takes its toll. But I had fun, and I'm looking forward. Next week's gonna be fun with Banchers and Azotharian and Abaddon. Anyone who plays Hunter should definitely get an experience out of that show. My wife will be home with the kids here in a few minutes. Oh, I think I had something else. Hold on let me look real quick. Hold on. I'm sure I forgot to say a variety of things during the episode. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Hold on. What was I gonna say? Okay, so viewer Q&A. There were a couple of questions that came through, but none of them were like super duper. None of them that came through felt super duper relevant. Not to say that they weren't relevant or weren't funny or whatever, but I probably didn't ask them. I probably skipped about 25% of the questions that I had, because I didn't know how long we would be talking and whatnot. But I didn't really see any viewer questions that needed to be answered for the most part. Don't forget, oh, by the way, if you are here, don't forget to follow and jump in Discord and all that fun stuff. Let's see, then I have Makeover. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I will be back on Tuesday, like I said. I'll do the pink beard on Tuesday. And, oh, this is the other thing. My wife, so we hit a variety of donation goals on Halloween. I got to do makeup here in a minute, the pink beard, the Halloween costume, which I wore. But then also my wife has to take over the stream sometime this week. We don't know exactly what day it'll be, but my wife will be jumping on stream and just chewing the fat, hanging out, talking with you guys, having fun, that kind of stuff. Remanda Book Club stream, baby. That's right. Where's Oliveria when you need her? It's a bit chilly here on Halloween. What's crazy is all the females dress up barely nothing. Never seen them have a jacket with them ever. Oh, next week should be interesting to see if 3 different people talk about the same class. Yeah, I don't know if any of us, myself included, actively play survival either, Druish. So there's gonna be a lot of marksmanship and beast mastery talk, and I am very excited for it, considering how much I enjoy Hunter and how much I want Hunter to do well. Let's see, it's a bunny. Oh my god. Do 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 do. Yeah, so I'm looking at the question right now. So Angel asked, what is Kalamazi's favorite thing to eat at Taco Bell? You know, I meant to ask him that. I don't know if Angel's still there. I forgot to ask him that when we brought up Taco Bell a few different times. Oliveri asked, what's the best partners to level and play with when you have a warlock? Another warlock, of course. You don't need anything else. I don't think it really matters too much. Public, if things are so unfinished, can you justify Blizzard's radio silence on Shadow Priest over the last 2 to 3 weeks? Yeah, I'm not public, so I can't answer that, but obviously we'll hear more, hopefully sooner rather than later. Arctos asks, are they gonna dumb down fights for the future? Probably, and I don't say that disrespectfully, but yes, they will likely dial down the difficulty because we won't have tools to solve problems like that. But again, I might be speaking out of turn, so I don't want to, let's see, hold on one second. I'm probably speaking out of turn, so I don't want to go too crazy with what may or may not be happening on something that I have no real knowledge or control over, control over. Midnight Survival Hunter. I get to live my Rezer. Oh, my Rexar. I was about to say my Rezer? What? I used to be able to battle res people as a hunter. Many moons ago. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna see if my Discord is gonna crash here. Hold on one second. If I open up... Oh, never mind. Two-wheeled axes with my pets at my side. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of the concept of melee hunters. I understand Rexar exists, and I guess who are some of the other melee hunters in the game's history? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but Rexar is the one that always comes to my mind. And I know that Rexar has always been this, what, he's half ogre, half orc, is that right? And he's a big dude. He's got his axes, he's got his bear pet, among other pets, I believe. So it's not that the precedent wasn't set. It's that it's just weird that they took survival and they said after 12 years, it was 12 years, right? And they said, you aren't ranged anymore. Now you're melee, you don't have a choice. And the argument, devil's advocate is, well, you still have beast mastery and marksmanship. And some, not all, but some of what made survival what it is was baked into those two other specializations. So it's not like you don't have elements of survival to enjoy, but there is a difference between what we had versus what we have. And I know some people really like survival in its current iteration, and some people will really like survival in Midnight, and I don't want to rain on their parade by any stretch. I don't think I'll ever truly appreciate what they did, only because I didn't main a hunter. I don't want to main a hunter. Let me clarify that. What I mean to say is I didn't start playing hunter to be a melee class. I started playing a hunter all those years ago because they were a ranged class with 3 ranged specializations. I mean, whatever. I guess I'm just, whining for the sake of whining, obviously, at this point in time. Like, I suppose a way to look at it is, would I be upset if demonology became a tank spec? Yes, but that would be kind of cool. But there would be a lot of people that would be upset about that, and rightfully so. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to change a class identity or a spec's identity to that degree, just add it as a 4th spec in this case. Kind of like, they took demon hunters and they weren't going to change havoc or vengeance into, what is it? Void demon? What are they called? Devourer? That's what it's called, right? Like, they weren't going to just change one of the 2 existing into Devourer. They just added it. That's a hard word for me to say. Devourer. The R's run together for me. Devourer. Survival is my favorite. I just wish it got the same attention as the others. Yeah, that's another thing as well, is how well did they maintain that specialization? Do they? I mean, obviously they do to some degree, I suppose. I feel like the general person in the WoW community doesn't want something changed unless it's what they want specifically, and everyone wants something different. You're not wrong. Oh wow, looks like they're at Kroger now. I think I'm just gonna play WoW for a little bit. They may not be home for another like 10-15 minutes, so I think I'm just gonna play WoW instead of sitting here while you guys watch me do nothing. All right, I'm going to I may mess something up here, so I'm gonna turn off my headset, and by turning off my headset, it may completely destroy the audio for the stream. Let's see. Okay, so you can still, I can tell that you can still hear me. However, at the moment, you can't hear anything else. So let me close this. I'm gonna swap over to my WoW thing here. I haven't updated anything. Oh, this looks horrible. Oh god, this looks horrible. Look, for what? Okay, number 1, my webcam isn't working. Number 2, I haven't updated the donation goal for November yet. Number 3, you can see that all of my stuff underneath the goals to the right of the webcam, or where the webcam should be, is for some reason off center. I don't know why that's not working properly. And on top of that, I need to update the chat cover above the webcam as well. Okay, let me see. How do I fix my webcam? Let's see if I can. Let's start there. Webcam, where are you, webcam? Oh, it's because Discord's using it. Dagnabbit. All right, give me 1 second here. Doodaloo-doo. Doodaloo-doo. All right, so there we go. Okay, you can see that. Good. All right, so you can see me now. You can hear me now. Can we log into the game? That's the question. Professional streamer. I'm trying, Arctos. I'm trying, man. Man, I got that song stuck in my head now, Druish. How dare you? Okay, let's see if I can log in. Or rather, let's see what happens when I log in. Oh my god, maintenance on Tuesday runs from 7 a.m. Pacific to 3 p.m. Pacific. I guess I'm not streaming on Tuesday. Like, what am I supposed to do on Tuesday? What the heck, man? Holy crap. Maybe I'll take Monday and Tuesday off. Good lord. I could take Tuesday and use it as a day to get the Hunter podcast up and running. Okay, you can... Okay, good. You can see WoW. You can hear WoW. Nice. Nice. I guess I could putz around to my... So, the only thing that's happening on Tuesday, to my knowledge, Arctos, is the next thing in Remix goes live. Hey, Curly. What up, baby? What's up, Curly? All right, let me see if I swap back to this. Nice. Okay, that still works. Nice. All right, so when the kids get home in a few minutes, I can swap back to that. Well, that's weird. Look, so right now I'm looking to my right, and I guess for you guys, it looks like I'm looking to my left. However, when I go to my... Oh, that's weird. Wonder why it's set up that way. Hey, Ponix, what's up, man? You know what I could do? Is I could take the time... You know what we could do? Hold on 1 second. Stand by. Oh, you don't need to apologize, Curly. Everything's great. It was a lot of fun. I guess. Yeah, I guess so, Arctos. I don't know why. That's weird. I can't explain as to why. I'll have to check. It's not important now. I'll check later. Okay, so if I log into Streamlabs, I guess I need to update my Streamlabs donation thing real quick. Let's start there. I'm live and I got nothing else to do. I'm just waiting on the kids, so I might as well update some stuff. Let's see here. If we go to custom fields, to November donation goal, what could the thresholds be? We'll start with maybe 250, 500. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about what I want to put in the goals here. What should my little mini goals be this month, Druish? What could they be? Okay, we could have pet give WoW mount and pet giveaways. That would be nice. We could do that. What else could what would be fun to do in terms of mini goals this month, Druish? Don't have Halloween costumes. Hide that. Whatever could we do? Turkey. Ooh, turkey costume. Okay. We definitely do a turkey costume. I like that. Turkey costume. I do have a turkey costume. What could be one of the lower goals? Let me think. Dude, beta goes live in 8 days, 22 hours. Wow. Let me think. We could do brutal carries. No, we can't do that. That's against the. I guess that'd be against the TOS. Ooh, what's that, Curly Quills? Show me. Show me quickly. Please. Show me now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Dang, Curly, that's legit. Holy crap. That is so stinking awesome, man. Golly. Look at it. Here, let me, that right there. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is so cool, Curly. Golly. All right, what other goals gonna TBD? I'll just do TBD down the board for now. TBD, 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 TBD. Let's save the settings. Then I need to reset the goal. That didn't work. Let me. Oh, 8. Show, hide, set that. There we go. All right, so that's been updated. Now I need to fix, like, why in the world? Like, why did, so look right here where you can see my subs and today's subs. Like, why are they shifted? Why are they shifted? That makes no sense. Let me fix that, I guess. Dude, YouTube just isn't good for live streaming at all. But it's also, it makes, there's no reason why I shouldn't do it though, you know? It's weird. Do 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 do. Okay. Oh, my kid's home. Okay, there we go. That's been fixed. Line that up. Although I need to open Photoshop here. Hold on. Gotta fix my webcam overlay thing. Open, go to my stream stuff. Go here. Gotta update this to the November goal. Let's go to save. Export that as a PNG. Oh, that didn't work. Export PNG. Whoopsies. Delete that. Stream stuff. Place. There we go. You guys can see all this fun back end stuff. How exciting. Oh, I think I hear him. I think I hear him. All right, kids are home. I'll be right back. That's okay. We'll get it tomorrow because I'm not doing it. Yeah, it's no problem. What was I doing? Oh, right. So the kids decided to get me. The kids decided to get me costumes that were on clearance. So you picked this one out. So Isaac picked out. No, this is Patrick. So here I am. I'll be. This is really hot. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then Savannah picked out a baby costume. Yeah, it's makeup time, baby.
Okay, take your glasses off.
Well, go get it first. What do you mean?
Isaac, come on. Speaking of baby.
What?
Speaking of baby, you said it's makeup time, baby.
Oh, it's makeup time, baby.
Come on,
Let's go, baby.
Go get the makeup. Come on. Okay.
All right. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness! It's gonna be so much fun. Hold on, wait. Don't put it on. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. Okay. Do me a favor. Let me go get a towel, okay? I know where they are. It's okay. You know, we're gonna let you know that I want. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Come here, Daddy. Love it.
All right, so here, let me minimize this. You can see everything there. All right, hold on, let me start recording. All right, so here we are. Post episode, whatever you want to call it. The kids are home. And now hold on, let me explain what's going on here. So October, what are you doing, you goober? October, we hit the donation goal in October, and the ultimate reward for hitting the donation goal was Savannah gets to put makeup on Daddy.
Take your glasses off. Look at your eyes.
Hold on, I'm not ready. I'm still talking. Hold on. So the what we're gonna be doing here.
I want to put makeup on Daddy.
I'll let you put makeup on me. So for the next few minutes, both of my kids will be painting my face however they see fit. Now listen, be gentle, all right? Let's stick with the face, okay? No, don't do the head, just the face, all right? Just the face.
Isaac, do the blush.
All right, now try not to get anything on my clothes, but if anything happens, and we're going.
First, let me.
Yeah, they're empty, but yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Ready? What? Next. And
Can you even tell? We'll do that post makeup, mommy. All right, I'm just gonna sit back and relax, and I'll talk my way through it. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brutall. My kids are putting makeup on me, and they're gonna be having the time of their lives. I am being still. What do you mean? What do you mean be still? I am being still. How much blush are you putting on me, dude? Holy moly. Now
put it all over it.
I probably haven't worn makeup in 20 years. I think the last time I had makeup on was when I was on stage for a musical. So it's been I can see the eyeshadow. Ooh, beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. Here, do everything on this side. Oh, I guess you could do that side, sure. Oh, okay, and we're going. What are you squealing for? You don't have to yell, sweetie. You're in my ear.
I'm throat.
Don't cover your mouth. Just don't yell. Goober.
Look at the boots. Oh, our toes and colored toad want to do that.
Well, I'm telling you no.
Isaac. Yeah. Okay, it's sparkly and glittery.
It's sparkly and glittery. You better make me beautiful.
What's this? It's a brush. Be careful, Isaac.
I'm just sitting back and relaxing. So we had a fun episode with THD and Kalamazoo and Public. Those guys were. Were you? What happened? Yeah, you don't dig into it, buddy. Here, let me show you. Yeah, when you dig into it like that, it messes it up. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just push it back down, Savannah. It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
It's okay. You have to do it like this, like I'm doing.
Yeah, you just dab. Yeah. He's learning. It's okay.
I a long time ago I did.
Yeah, he's learning, sweetie. Don't worry. Okay. Now, there's a lot on that side. All right. So good luck.
So I want to make him his nose. Hey.
My nose. What are you putting makeup on my nose for? Oh my goodness. How do I look? You can't really tell that much on stream, but
Look, yeah. Wait, I want to do a darker color. Okay, so I want to do.
I'll make sure I get a nice close up when all's said and done.
The eyelashes.
The eyelashes. All right, don't rip them out.
So you'd be much beautiful.
I am so beautiful.
What is
Yeah.
that part? Oh
I
my
want
goodness.
whatever you want, sweetie.
That's a blue nose, all right.
A blue nose. I'm pretty sure people don't put blue makeup on their nose normally. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But again, you're digging. Let me show you. We don't dig. We just.
Sorry.
It's okay, sweetie. We don't dig. We just dab like this. Okay. That way you don't mess up the makeup. I know. It just takes practice. Not that I'm some makeup expert.
You do it and then you hold it, right?
All right. I'm just sitting back, just relaxing. No, don't climb on me. Don't climb on me.
Trying, but I just can't.
So did you guys have fun with mommy?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We went. I want to open these so bad. Okay, I did in the blush. Wait, I have a great idea, Isaac. What? I'm using the gold right now, okay, Isaac?
Why are you painting between my eyes?
Painting is a blue nose.
Oh my god. How do I look, mommy?
I will.
Remember, don't dig. You're just brushing. Lightly brushing.
I'm not taking
Lightly brushing. Right, you're just lightly brushing.
like this.
Yeah, just like that. Yep.
Yeah. And then use the
Not my
top
lips.
on
Not my
the
lips.
ball.
Not my lips.
Okay, let's paint.
And not my hair either, you know?
No.
Okay, you're just going around the hair?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, the round of here. I want to do a round of the here too.
How do I look? You guys are done, right?
No, we're not.
What do you mean, no?
I got something crazy idea. I'm gonna use dark blue for.
What are you doing? A rainbow on me or
No,
something?
we're gonna put a word.
A word? Not on my head. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know what you're talking about, Oliveria. Brutal's giving makeup tips to his son. Was that on your bingo card?
P.
What are you doing? Why are you guys writing on me? What are you writing?
I.
T-I? What's T-I? S-T-I. Okay.
He's doing his head. P.
S-T-I-P. What are you writing? Oh, don't be mean.
It's just for entertainment.
Oh, it's just for entertainment, he says.
Entertainment purposes.
Oh, entertainment purposes. Okay.
The more eyeshadow. I'm getting my purple on. Stupid.
That's not nice.
Okay.
No more of that.
Wrong. How did I do that?
Well, who's stupid now, huh? It's what I thought.
How did I get it?
Yeah, curly quills. So Savannah used the last of the pink hairspray, so we have to buy more, and I'll do that the next time I stream. Because yes, that could have been today, should have been today, but she used it for Halloween. I can't fault her for that.
Isaac, you just used so much.
Amanda, did you get in on the fun? No, Isaac.
Okay.
You're supposed to be doing my face, buddy, not
Okay.
not behind my ear.
Oh. Again, a little bit all over your shirt a little bit.
If stuff falls on my shirt, I'll wash. It's fine. I can wash the sweater. It's no big deal. I just don't want to make it behind my ear or on top of my head or anything.
Yeah.
How do I look, everyone? Beautiful. Yes, yes.
Yeah, me
You should tell mommy she should come put a little makeup on me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Go tell mommy.
No, I got an idea. Come here in Daddy's office.
Oh my God. Oh my
You
God.
missing?
Do you want to put any makeup on me?
No, they've got it covered.
Arctos Amanda says no thanks. Am I as beautiful as the day you married me, mommy?
You would just look so beautiful.
I do look so beautiful, don't I? Isn't this wonderful?
You're kind of like to get better.
He's doing okay. He's doing
Yeah,
okay.
you're doing okay still, but it's still my makeup, so I want you to blush after Isaac, okay?
Okay. What? What? What?
Oh.
It's okay. Again, I'm gonna wash my. I'll wash it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll wash. I mean, don't do it on purpose. But if you get makeup on me, I'll wash it. It's okay.
I'm so sorry with the baby.
No, we're not doing any more words.
But I color it. I color it. I color his head. But not top of his head, right? I'm not making letters. I'm doing
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Toss salad and scrambled eggs. Oh my. How you doing, Savannah? You doing okay?
yeah, I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? Are you having a fun time? That's good. Savannah says she's having a good time. You having fun, buddy? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Right here. Oh, it's the same much color. Good. Oh my gosh. Isaac. The color in. It looks so beautiful.
How am I supposed to get all this makeup off of my face?
You're not going to.
What do you mean I'm not going to?
Here, this one is a bit in there.
Oh, I'm sleeping in this makeup? Is that so?
It's gonna be good.
Apparently I'm
Yeah,
sleeping in this makeup.
It's when you get all over here. Oh well.
Savannah says, it's just gonna get all over your bed. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm not. What do you mean I'm not? That's mean. It's all waterproof makeup?
I'm putting white.
Thanks, but no thanks, Arctos. What'd they get you?
This is one that I kind of tossed it into picture
Sure.
for me because it's written by the lead singer of the Decemberists,
Okay.
and I've always wanted to read it, and I love the Decemberists.
Okay.
I mixed white and pink.
Hey, are you putting any lipstick on me, Savannah?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm asking, do you want to?
My red one?
If you want to.
What is
That's the whole point. What are you doing?
No. White nose.
Okay.
Where's my brand new lipstick, Isaac?
This is a brand new lipstick? All right, how do you put lipstick on?
I need to get.
Yeah, come over to where Isaac is. Yeah, yeah.
Ready, Isaac? I want to try. Be careful because it's brand new. Okay? From Titi. Do this.
Ooh.
Your turn. You're doing the top.
Oh my
Yes,
God. Hey, careful with the hair, okay?
Be careful, Isaac. Okay, it's my lipstick and it don't go on any head. Okay, Isaac? Okay. Okay?
Oh. That's awfully red. Stop.
I did perfect.
Oh, okay. I will pick out the third one.
Look, we did my
Okay,
good.
Isaac, how do you pick this one first?
Nice. A murder in time.
Yeah,
Nice.
Isaac picked this
Now, are you allowed to DNF those?
one. I
Yes.
didn't make a new rule.
Okay.
I made a picture.
Bitter brew. Oh.
But it's actually called a Savannah Reed mystery.
Oh, there you go.
No. So
There you go.
But like, come on,
How do I look, mommy?
look at that font.
I'm using the brown. Ready? I want, yeah.
What are you doing now?
I'm using the brown. It's for your lip. Ready, Isaac?
Yeah.
Sweetie, try not to yell in my ear like that, okay? No, we're all done with lipstick. We're all done. No. We got plenty of lipstick on. Believe me. I don't think we have any wigs, Arctos, other than like my Tinkerbell wig right now. Oh God, color tone. I don't know if I want to click on that.
Okay, Serena, can you help me get not that, but like this big brush brown? Okay. So you can have dark cheeks. Oh yeah.
Are we almost done? Like, how much more makeup can my face possibly hold?
Well, it's going to be a lot.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot, Savannah says. So we're almost done then, right? Getting kind of hungry, and I got more laundry to do too.
And then you have to wash the makeup off.
And I gotta wash the makeup off.
And
That's
then
true.
you have to turn into a baby.
Oh, then I have to turn into a baby apparently. They just started. Drew says, "Yeah, I got dinner to make." Yeah, agreed, Drew. Agreed.
So much pink and brown, okay? Okay.
Is it showing up?
Okay, just I'm stopping. I'm not doing this anymore.
You're all done?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, so Isaac's done. He's tapping out.
I've done my part.
Isaac's done. No, you're good. It's okay. When you're done, we can wrap it up. I'll take a picture and I'll have a video too. Don't worry. It'll live on forever. Would you say that I'm beautiful, Savannah?
I don't know.
Savannah says, I don't know. I'm making lemon pepper.
Weird.
I look kind of weird. Well, you're the one that made me. We're done? That's it?
Take a picture.
I will take a picture. Okay, wait. We got to with mommy, we got to clean up our makeup now, okay? Does this go in the makeup? Right like there? Okay.
Yeah.
That goes there. Okay. All of this goes back to your room, is that right? Okay. Dude, lipstick feels weird. Not a fan. Not a fan of how lipstick looks. So how do I... Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. If I don't know if this is gonna work. This probably won't work. Oh no, it does work. Okay, there. So they did a great job. It's amazing. Let me... Three different angles. Okay, I captured 3 different pictures. Let me actually take a picture with my phone now. Little kissy face. Like, I don't want to post a picture of me doing a kissy face because, duh. But at the same time, I really want the makeup to shine through, the lipstick. No, I'm not a fan of lipstick. You want to get in the picture? You goober. You are such a goober. Oh my goodness. She looks very happy in these photos. Very happy. Well, there you have it. I've been beautified. You can see that there's makeup all over me. I've been beautified, so can't really complain too much. Oh yeah, lemon pepper salmon sound, dude, that sounds so good. Holy crap, I'd be all over that, Druish. Oh my god. I don't know what we're making tonight. My wife went to the store with the kids while I was doing the show. Oh no, there's makeup all over my mat. No, it's hard to get out, but whatever. I got some makeup over here too. Yeah, I don't know what we're making for dinner, but I'll figure it out. And then tomorrow, Amanda and I are hanging out because it's our birthday. So, and then Tuesday, yeah, I don't know, man. So, of course, I'm all done today. The show's over. The after show's just about over. And then tomorrow, I'm not streaming because it's Amanda's birthday. And then Tuesday is like an all-day patch. So I'm not sure what I'll be doing on Tuesday stream related. I mean, I could play alpha, but there's just not much to do. There's just not much to do right now. You know, beta starts in 9 days. I don't know. I don't want to take Tuesday off is the problem. Like I have no reason to, but I also just don't know what else I would stream. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. We made it till 6 Eastern. Let's go! Oh yeah, of course, Color Toe. Yeah, I'll let my wife know you guys. I'll wish her a happy birthday. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get the interview up on YouTube, hopefully by I might launch it tomorrow morning. I don't know. I'll render it. I'll get it all edited and rendered. There's not much to edit. Basically just the start and the stop of it. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for supporting the stream and being a part of the process of getting this thing up off the ground and getting this thing launched. Next week is Hunters, as I've already said, and you'll see more information about that in the days to come. I will not be online tomorrow. It's my wife's birthday. Tuesday's a question mark. It's just a weird day with a huge maintenance window, so might do YouTube stuff on Tuesday. I just don't know. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you either Tuesday or Wednesday. Until then, everyone, bye.